Ooh, it's time for suffering. Ooh, first I gotta. Hopefully this will work. Tired. I am tired. Oh Lord. Okay, so we're gonna stream the rest of the Woomy Me video, and then we're gonna judge those fun little thumbnails. That's gonna be a fun little day. So yes, we're gonna go over the rest of that Woomy Me video, which is a stream not related to the junkie stuff. That stuff won't be streamed for a while because the victims need some time to heal, and I'm trying to make sure they're okay before any discussions happen on it with their approval. Like, that's not going to happen for a while, so we're going to resume the rest of the Woomy video, and then probably eventually address the last video that weird group of people made. What was it? What's the Big Four that Levi and their group made? And we'll go over the weird shit in that, because out of all the videos that we've discussed on that weird group of people, that's the one with the most evidence in it. So that one is actually going to be interesting, because they actually show what the fuck they're talking about to some extent. Oh shit, what the fuck? What's that noise? Oh, oh, the stream. Oh yeah, I have it on my computer. Well, hello. Oh, thanks for the $2 donation, Pudgy. Holy shit. Oh yeah, how is Junkie cooking? This is not a stream about Junkie, just a fair warning. It's not, but just to let you know, he's deleted his Twitter. So, at least he listened on that front. He still hasn't deleted the Discord. Neither has his partner. The partner has not deleted their Twitter as well, or any of their socials. But Junkie has deleted his Twitter, so at least something's happening. So at least a little bit of that. But howdy, welcome. We're gonna watch the rest of the Woomy video. This is not related to that stuff. We're not gonna talk about that for a while until the victims are okay, because I'm trying to help them. Some of them just need some time. Some of them are waiting a bit to take my help. So, you know, until they're ready to discuss it, we're not going to discuss that stream the rest of the stuff I wanted to talk about until a later date. Yeah. But for now, we're going to try to finish up Levi and the group stuff, because like I said, this is mainly for documentation purposes of the shit they were saying in their videos, because remember, they harassed a bunch of people, nearly killed a bunch of people as well, called police to people's houses, doxed them, a lot of horrible shit. So I'm documenting their videos of what they portrayed to the public to make sure it's like on public record of like, hey, this is what was shown to people. Yeah, the victims are starting to heal. Like, some of the ones I've talked, I'm like, to prevent any trauma from them, I've had intermediaries talk to them, and they're starting to heal as well. Like, I've offered help to some of those people. They've went, I'm okay, and there's no need for that. Thank you, though, for offering. I'm already getting therapy and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, well, okay. Like, so they're doing great. The main one I'm trying to help right now. Is this the end? It's the end of the Woomy video for the Levi group. The last video we're going to talk about from Levi and their group is going to be the Big Four, which is one I have to genuinely research on, because that's the only one that actually shows evidence in all their videos. So that's going to be the last time I think we're ever going to talk about them, is that video. Because again, documentation. I'm making sure all of this is out in public. Of, hey, this is the videos they made that they were removing, they're trying to run from now. This is not the junkie situation. I have to keep referring that because people like, for the time of this stream until I can publish it. Yeah. Yep. Essentially, the junkie stuff won't be talked about until, essentially, the video gets posted of him. And then after that, we'll probably do a part 2 of his stuff. Because I got a lot to talk about with him at a later date. But right now the victims need to heal. And I'm respecting that boundary because holy fucking shit. I saw so many sad things when that went down. Oh my god. I've been just trying to comfort them ever since. But let's focus to the main topic of the video, which is the Woomy one. And oh god. Sorry, I am very tired. Like, I've been dealing with a lot of sad stuff lately, both related to that stuff and in my real life. So I'm a little bit of a mess. Forgive me, but I am stable. It got deleted, yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna finish up the rest of the Woomy Me video, and then when that video is done, we're gonna judge the thumbnails that I promise I would judge. I forgot. I'm sorry. That junky stuff took over everything because that. Oh Lord. I was not expecting that. I wish I hadn't watched the situation video. Bro, I wish I wasn't there. You wish you hadn't watched it. I wish I wasn't there. Bro, I wish I didn't know at some points. But it's good that I do know, because at least I can help the people involved. That's all I care about, is helping those kids. Well, they're not kids anymore. For most of them, at least. But I'm still reaching out to some of them, but I'm doing it slowly because, you know, I don't want to trigger some trauma, which is why I'm having some intermediary. Because I'm trying to find the best way to communicate to them. Because, you know, if someone's traumatized heavily, you just don't go, hey, you want to talk about that thing that ruined your fucking life? Yeah, you want to talk about that? No. You gotta be nice. Hello. Welcome to a stream. Oh, well, I hope the drawing you're making, Shadow Senpai, turns out well. But yeah, like, yeah, go draw, guys. It's all good. But yeah, this stream's not the junky one. That one won't be for a while. It probably won't happen until after I post this video, which will be in a while, because I've decided to talk a little bit about it. It's time. Hold on. It's time for the fake accent. Yeah, it's time for the fake American accent. Listen, I have to sound American or I'm going to get deported. You know this. You know I have to do that. You know I will be deported. You do not let them know it's fake. They will deport me. I swear to God. I'm sorry. I know I sound fake. I have to. Oh God, the attitude. God damn it, Google! Did they enable ads again? Shit. I'm sorry. If they put, oh God, did they put ads on this again? Yeah, they did. Hold on, let me check. If you're getting ads, that must mean the monetization was like it went back to the default. Because I tried to turn these off. What did I miss out on? I've just been struggling for days. I've been just watching fires after fire, and I'm just trying to be nice. I'm not even, and even I can make out the better than Pockets and Hopeless. I know. I'm doing a better fake American accent right now than Hopeless did with that Southern accent. It's so funny. I love it. I sound more American than Hopeless Romantic does. I nearly call them Pockets. I refuse to call them Pockets because I'm not giving in to that fake identity bullshit they're doing. I hate it. I watched them. Unfortunately, believe them. I was around 10. Said, listen, you were 10. I'm not going to fault you for believing them. You were 10. People need to understand this. I'm not mad with anyone that was a child when this was happening. Thank you for the $5, Pucci. I'm not mad for any. I'm just documenting this because I want the victims to have their stories out there. Like, this is what happened. This is what was said. This is how they spun it. And this is how it led to this. That's why I'm documenting these videos. Because I want to keep it on record of this is what happened. This is the reason why. And this was the misinformation. And this is the harm it caused. That's why I talk about all these the Levi and their groups videos still, because it's a good lesson, especially from the art commentary community, of how this exactly happened and how it was able to happen for so long. And it's important because in order to prevent this from happening again, we need to understand why it happened. Yeah, like, believe me, it's okay. Like, Hopeless Romantic does the whole Pockets thing so you can never get caught, claim, no, that wasn't me, that's Pockets, I'm totally not that. Yeah, that's exactly why they did it, you're right. That's why I say I refuse to call them Pockets, because, girl, we know you ain't Pockets. Girl, we know the accent's fake. It's faker than my American one I'm putting on right now. Like, I guarantee, that's probably people have realized how weird this one sounds, because, you know, when I speak in my real one, it fucking weirds people out. So I speak in the fake one. Like, you can tell it's kind of forced. But I do this because I just don't want to deal with the fucking racism. That's the real reason. I don't want to deal with the racism. I appreciate y'all. I didn't know if desperate adults would spread hurt children. Yeah, look. You didn't know, it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna fault you for being 10 years old and falling for, like, a bunch of YouTubers lying about shit. I'm not gonna fault you. Like, for some reason, people think that when I call someone out, it's like, oh, you really must hate that person or something like that. No, I call you out because it's like, it's not okay that even happened. Oh, God. Is the screen live? Hold on. Because I gotta make sure, because the transition thing's not on here anymore. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, God. Where's the transition? Is it on? Am I streaming? Yes, I am. Okay. Okay. Did it transition to the screen? I gotta make sure it's streaming right because, again, my computer's weird. It's not worse than the other one. Like that. No, I call you out because it's like... Oh. It's not okay. Okay, so it is. It is. Okay. So let's resume the video and all that stuff. You can see it's not my client's face. They say it's not them. Yeah, I know. I hate that shit too. So, I'm guessing... Yeah, it's streaming the screen. So let's resume the video. I rewound it back to 20 minutes. And we're going to finish the rest of this. And then we're going to judge the thumbnails. To find which one I like the best. And all that kind of stuff. So this is just going to be a fun stream. And hopefully the world doesn't get set on fire. That's my hope.
She would always try to turn every situation in her favor to avoid...
Hold on. And the bullshittery is already starting. All right, turning every situation in her favor. Let's actually read the screenshots, because I've noticed this, and someone pointed this out too. Like, the group does essentially what Prismate Luke used to do, where he would flash a screenshot really fast and then say it said one thing, but it was entirely something different. So they're claiming, like, this is her trying to weasel out of the situation. Let's actually fucking read what it says. Because we've learned from the last half of the video, the screens they show do not match what she actually fucking said. So, let's see. I have to wake up around 6:30 a.m. and get out of the house by 7s. Cycle from the Netherlands to Belgium, about 25 minutes. Then take a bus for 45 minutes. Like, basically giving a routine. I'm exhausted every single day. Well, I've already said this, but I don't take critique, not because I don't need it, but more so because I don't want it. I've already critiqued myself on how many mistakes I see, but really can't fix it well enough, and the critiques I've gotten were very rude from how my eyes saw it in the past and then how I see them differently now. I wish haters would take those words themselves. They tell me to ignore them, yet they don't ignore me if they really dislike my art and what I draw. Alright, so this doesn't show she's weaseling her way out of a situation. She's saying, like, look, bro, I'm tired. I do a bunch of shit every day. I come home. I just want to draw and relax. Like, I critique myself and I'm harsh enough on my own art. I don't want critique as I already do it myself. There's no need for it. If they should really follow their own advice and ignore me if I'm such a problem. Which I agree with, because it's like, unsolicited advice is still unsolicited advice. You think you're being helpful, you're not. You're being annoying. Like, if someone has made a clear indication they don't want your advice, back off. Like, this is the problem I have when it comes to, especially the DeviantArt ranters back in the day. They think because it's criticism, that means they can just say it whenever they want and keep doing it without any recourse. But it's still unsolicited advice. There's still a boundary there that you're crossing by doing that shit. And I really don't like it that they keep crossing those boundaries. And it's still prevalent even to this day, where people will just talk about subjects where the person has clearly stated, like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. And then they still do it. regardless of what was said, and then they're surprised when that person gets upset and they blame them for getting upset. No, they gave you the boundary. You're the one at fault for crossing it. Like, if the boundary wasn't established, you could maybe make an argument they're being an asshole, but the boundary clearly was established. So already the screenshot's not her trying to wiggle out of anything. She's explaining like, hey, I've made this known, like, I don't want these critiques. I made it known before they even commented. If they have a problem, they're free to leave. This is not her weaseling out of anything. Do you people know how to read? This is coming from someone who's not from America. How the fuck do I have better reading comprehension than most of you who put this evidence in the fucking video? Jesus Christ. It's so weird. Like, losers. God damn, I hope Gaia's doing okay after this. I do too. But yeah, she is okay. Like, I talked to her recently. She's doing great. She's drawing today. But some weirdos are still trying to contact her. I had to call someone out on that because of another situation I'm in. They contacted Kiana's DMs and are like, oh, I'm your biggest fan. And then I go to their Twitter and I see like they're wishing death. Like, their account is literally saying pedo should die. And the only person they've replied to is Junkie's boyfriend and Hal's friends as well. And I'm just like, can you not? Can you not be a fucking piece of shit? Can you not? Kiana's been through enough. Leave her out of this. And I sure as fuck don't agree with you making this fucking account, basically calling them pedos and basically giving the very clear indication you want them to die. Like, no, stop it. If I have a problem with those people, I'll say something. And I have said something on multitude of occasions. I can speak for myself. If I have a problem, I will let them know. Because I'm not I'm not doing the fawn responses anymore. When people get angry with me, I'll shut down. I will just straight up say, you fucked up. This is how you fucked up. Deal with the fuck up or don't. Not my fucking problem at this point. Because I've healed enough to the point that I'm not dealing with that shit. I don't like it when people fuck with innocent people. And Kiana's already been through dramas the one we're talking about, where essentially they caused her to develop depression too. Because when she went to therapy, they discovered, what a shocker, this fucking situation was very traumatic. And what a shocker, it caused her to develop something. So that's like 2 people that are confirmed medically. Now, 2 people confirmed medically to have developed depression as a result of these people. 2 of them. And that's not okay. That's really not okay. And that's why I'm discussing it, because depression is a lifelong disorder that you can't get rid of. Like, the fact that their therapist even was able to figure that out is a problem. And now, like, people, because of another drama, are trying to drag Kiana into this because she's one of the victims in the past I've helped out. I don't appreciate that shit. I will smack you down I'll make this very clear. The only time I'll come after you is if you're being abusive to people, hurting kids, or hurting people in general. Like, I'm not going to rage down war upon you for a verbal slip-up unless you try to use those verbal slip-ups to harm others and stuff like that. Like, you can apologize for stuff like that. What I don't forgive is you weaponizing things to hurt other people. Like, as you see with the Woomy video, they weaponized this to isolate Kiana, try to get rid of all of her friends from the Splatoon community, and basically infer she was just going to be this disastrous whoremonger. And because, oh my god, they keep saying she's a homewrecker when she wasn't. She was groomed. And it's fucking disgusting. I really don't like it. I don't like this mentality. I don't like this behavior. Terminally online? Yeah, they are. This is why I stand my ground firmly with stuff like this. Because if I don't, it's just going to happen again. And I've noticed, especially when it comes to communities like this, like the ArtCC, the DeviantArt Ranters, if you don't say anything, it will just be accepted as commonplace, and eventually the behavior spreads. And the behavior has spread. Like it's resulted in more people getting hurt over the years. Because this toxic behavior has undoubtedly influenced the greater community, because this was the early iterations of the community. So it's pretty much me going, hey, we need to stop acting like this, because this is the damage it caused as a result, and because it was so unregulated, this is the amount of damage it could do, because it's still pretty unregulated. Because even to this day, the community is self-regulating. There is no, like, standards of practices. There's just no, like, fail-safes if something like this happens. There is no, like, how do you guides on how to react in these situations. Like, there's nothing. Like, if something were to happen like this again, the community would just repeat the pattern. That's why I'm making it, like, very known what the signs are. And this is one of them, because, like, as someone told me, this is what Prison Make Luke did, which is he'll show a screenshot that doesn't say what they're fucking claiming, shows it real fast, people don't read it and assume it's evidence, but when you actually read it like I'm doing right now, it's literally not what they're arguing. This is not Kiana trying to weasel her way out of anything. She's just standing firmly saying her boundary yet again to another person. And this is just her saying, Kiana's upset she doesn't have a job yet. What happened to improve my self-study on other artists? I study the movement of the lines because I have better memory with images than text. This is literally Kiana saying, I am literally trying to teach myself how to draw better, and I'm trying to improve my life. It's just taking a minute. Which is not her weaseling her way out of anything. That's her being an adult and growing as an artist, because she's teaching herself how to do it. But if you just took Pockets as context, you would think that this is Kiana making a bunch of excuses, especially when you read that first, people, when they read screenshots, they only read, the first 3 sentences. I have come to find out. So when you hear, I have to wake up at 6:30, you're like, oh, yeah, that's an excuse. But when you actually read the rest of it, that's not the context. It's basically her talking to someone that she's probably friendly with, going, dude, I do so much. I'm so tired. I barely have anything to do. I barely have time to focus on anything else. It's not her making an excuse. She's explaining what's going on. And maybe and I'm starting to realize this too. A lot of the people who talk about these subjects, I've noticed a lot of the people they talk about are normally people that are in the lowest point of their lives or disabled. Kiana had autism, and I'm fairly certain she made that very known she did. So she's going to be over-explaining herself a lot as well, because, just like me, autistic. Which is why you guys are like, oh, why do you ramble? That's why I ramble. It's the autism. It's me over-explaining myself, because that's what we do. Because it's how do I explain it? It's a trauma response, because a lot of the time we'll get accused of lying because we don't know how to explain ourselves well, so we overcompensate with explaining ourselves too much. And that's what Kiana's doing here. She's explaining herself too much because she doesn't want to be misconstrued of what's actually happening, because she's autistic. But people don't want to acknowledge that. That's kind of a problem. Confused. Yep. So let's keep going, because as we've already seen, this screenshot is not what Pockets. Oh god, this is not what Hopeless Romantic is claiming. I'm sorry. My brain's fried. My brain's fucking fried. Everyone has the fucking P name lately, and my brain just can't differentiate at this stage. It's like projects, pockets. It's like, please stop naming yourselves these common items. It's hard for me to differentiate in I'm too foreign to do so. I hate it. I'm trying to translate in my head and I keep saying the wrong one. I'm not saying Pocket. Hopeless Romantic. I'm not going to give into this fucking fake identity of Pocket. She's not wiggling out of this shit. I refuse.
Avoid being called out, and to avoid looking stupid.
To avoid looking stupid. Okay. This is weaseling out and trying to avoid looking stupid. Okay. So this is a conversation between Verona7881 and truth-lely-gaia. And it doesn't have an exact date because it was literally posted an hour before they took that screenshot. So fuck timestamps, I guess. Yeah, you're clearly not stalking Kiana. Literally is taking any kind of conversation she has screenshotted within an hour of it being posted. Yeah, that's not weird and creepy at all. What do you mean that's kind of stalkerish behavior to be consistently looking through her fucking comment section and just screenshotting anything so we can pull it out of its fucking context? What do you mean that's weird? You're weird. Okay, so even if you say sorry 1,000 times, they don't care. They just enjoy drama and spreading hate around, and you said you shouldn't care. Slowly, people get tired of journals about you and Akai, and then they push their friends away with it. Yeah, they still see me as a bad person. Wise, I haven't done anything bad. I'm just completely misunderstood from the very beginning, and I have no clue anymore. Seriously, if people did get tired, they would have stopped calling out Akai a long time ago, but they don't. So I don't get how this proves Pocket's points. This just makes them look bad, because even this person, Vrona, is agreeing like, yeah, this is getting tiring that they're doing this. These two are calling you out directly, and Kiana makes a great point. If you guys were really tired of these dramas, like you said, you wouldn't still be talking about them. Like, you wouldn't be making those journals. You wouldn't have made this video. You wouldn't be observing Kiana going on to fucking Amino and going like, it's not a real art website, but she doesn't think, like, she hates DeviantArt because, you know, she's tired of real artists criticizing her and this stupid fucking nonsense that doesn't even matter. Like, you guys were harassing a literal child because she drew ship art of Sonic, which everyone does. Well, not everyone, but, like, you know, people who are asexual don't. But a lot of people do in any fandom they're a part of. Like, Kiana's not doing anything different than any other fucking person, but Kiana's different because, oh no, she was associated with Akai, and Akai's our number one enemy, guys. Because Akai drew herself with big anime titties. That's her crime. Oh, and she was depressed on the internet. Don't forget, she made depressing journals on the internet, guys, and got upset when people were calling her a bitch because she was having an emotional breakdown. Such a villain. Such a villain that people rallied around. Wow. That's totally worth Levi making fucking podcasts on her that lasted for hours at a time. Holy shit, that's not obsessive. Ah, God. Hold on. Nah, I think their friends getting tired of those keep going on about you and Akai. I've noticed some people on the first... Oh my God, you fucking... My God, this is not even my computer. The quality they saved this as a fucking JPEG. Oh my Lord, the quality's been put through a goddamn toaster. Jesus Christ, you cook Hot Pockets in those, not your fucking evidence. God, it makes it hard to read. I can't even translate what that says. Blah, blah, blah. So go figure that they thank themselves that they pushed their friends away. Journals and comments. I think this is around the time they were talking. This is like when the Princess Elizabeth stuff was happening, and Nami started pushing his friends away because he posted like 40 journals talking about Eren, and people were like, bro, I don't want to associate with you. You fucking crazy, dude. Which I don't blame them, because, like, imagine, like, if you don't understand DeviantArt journals, imagine making a Twitter thread that, like, 40 journals worth of, what would that be the equivalent? That would be the equivalent of a 146-page Twitter thread. 146 pages, if I'm doing the math correctly in my head, from based off the word length count on average that Nami would post about them. So imagine a 46 full page Twitter things, like full-fledged, like, explanations. Imagine that for months. Yeah, I get sick of that too. That's insane. And he did that within a period of, I think, like 3 months. So that boy was literally posting about that on the daily. So, like, yeah, I can understand why people were getting sick of him. But people still listened to him, too, because his rhetoric was also poisonous to Erin. Because he managed to convince people that Erin was this horrible person that deserved the treatment that she was getting. Erin was getting death threats from actual fucking adults. Like, even Erin commented on some of my videos. They were calling her fucking Hitler. And as someone of Jewish descent, I really don't appreciate that, as I do have family that have been killed in the Holocaust. So I really do not appreciate that. As someone that has lost family to that very motherfucker. I do not appreciate that. I don't like that at all. It's very upsetting. But this is what happens when people just accept what's being said without question. This is what tends to happen. People just change the narrative, and now you're seeing, like, they're even twisting a screenshot where they're just talking about these people losing their fucking minds as, oh, this is Kiana trying to get out of responsibility. She's not getting out of responsibility. They're talking about how you all genuinely were losing your fucking minds to the point that you yourselves were losing friends. Because your obsession was going that far. Which, that's saying a lot, because I understand more for Nummy, because Nummy around this time was 13. He was a 13-year-old boy, so I understand. I don't understand that for Heather, who was 34 when that was happening. I don't understand that for Levi, who was above the age of 18 when that was happening. I don't understand that for Hannah. I don't understand that for everyone else in the situation, because they were all adults. The only one I could give some amount of understanding would be Nummy himself. Or as his new name he wants to go by, Joker. Which I do find that kind of ironic. He calls himself the Joker. Does that make me Batman? I am a very lame Batman if I am. Wait, no. Am I Adam West? Oh, shit. Can I be Adam West Batman? I love Adam West. I am Adam West Batman. I may not be the scariest Batman, but I am the funniest. Either that or Batman Forever Batman. That movie was cringe, but at least it was funny. Okay. Hold on. Really? Huh? I don't touch and guess. Yeah, that happens to most ranters. They push their friends away because they get sick of hearing over and over about the same thing. They're just shit-talking them and getting it totally right. Oh, yeah, this is totally Kiana trying to get out of responsibility as they talk about literally you guys' lives falling apart because you guys are so obsessive. Your own friends were getting sick of you at the time, which is why they hive mind together because... You know, what happens when you live in a group of people that keep telling you you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you tend to genuinely get more extreme with your beliefs over time. I do think genuinely this is why it happened, because it's the same thing that actually happens in politics. When you are only around a group of people that shares your beliefs and you have no dissenting opinions and no outside forces to really say no to any of these ideas, over time you'll normalize more and more extreme behavior. And that's why that's why I'm fairly confident these people haven't changed, because there wasn't anything that really forced them to change. There's still, a lot of them are still associated with each other. Like, they want to pretend on alt accounts they're not, but it's like, bro, we found the alts. You're not slick. I know what you're doing. They don't want to accept what they've done is wrong, so it's easier to villainize me and everyone else instead of just going, well, shit, I may have gone too far here with, nearly killing multiple people, but they're the ones at fault because they called me a bitch. Which, you are a bitch. Like, oh my god, you nearly killed a child. Like, yeah, I'm gonna call you a bitch. I think that's understandable, don't you? No, that's totally irrational, Locke. Don't call someone a bitch because they nearly killed a 13-year-old child over Sonic recolors. How dare you, Locke, say that very phrase? You're actually the real villain now. Seriously, I always think that's funny. I get blocked and treated like shit because it's just like, you could have said that a nicer way. No, I literally couldn't. People who think like that, I could be as nice as humanly possible, but all it's going to do is just make them think like what they did wasn't actually serious. You have to take things somewhat seriously with people like that, because if you treat them nice, they're going to think it's not that bad if you're able to be nice towards them about it, and it'll help them engage in the delusion further. It really does. Like, there is a balance of how to act about these things, there really is, but when you don't act like with it the severity it deserves, it diminishes the problems it does to the victims quite significantly. Because if the problem is damaging, you wouldn't go, yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that. When in regards to the fact, like, keep in mind, they nearly caused me and multiple other people to actually die. Through their intervention with my mom, I was nearly beaten to death on multiple different occasions, and my wrists are broken. That is something very severe, and I can't just go, well, you guys broke my wrist, but, you know, try to improve for the future. No! You could have killed someone else! You nearly killed me! And that's why I'm harp on this so much, because their actions could have killed someone else outright, and nearly did on multiple of occasions. It needs to be treated with some severity, and there needs to be some negative consequence, like, you know, being called a bitch. Because they are one. If we can't call people that genuinely abuse children bitches, why do we have this term other than to refer to, what is it, a son of a female dog? When was the last time you used the word bitch to refer to that? I think anyone has only done that once in their lives if they own a dog. And that's because it sounded funny. Like, bro. Yeah. Like, this is what concerns me about, even now, about the Art CC, is this stuff still happens. Like I mentioned earlier with Prison Mate Luke, he did this very method of showing screenshots, claiming it was something else, and then when you actually fucking read it, it didn't say what he was claiming. And this is why, because the influence, you're seeing it right here. Because it worked for the DeviantArt ranters. It's worked for a lot of these people for years. I'm sorry for rambling about this stuff, but it needs to be stated, like, the reason why we're discussing this is we need to understand why this fundamentally happened. There was a lot of factors that came into play. Both these people's mental states, their normalization of these behaviors, and the harm it objectively did. We can't prevent the future if we don't learn from our past. And I'm teaching people how to see the signs. The first sign, if someone shows a screenshot in the fucking video claiming this proves something, just pause it for a minute and actually read it and see if it actually proves it. If it doesn't prove it, ask why it doesn't. Like, ask, like, hey, was this meant to go in a different part? Or what? This screenshot doesn't really prove what you said. What's the purpose of this? It's not really good, effective evidence. Because I've had people, like, send me, like, I've said this on Twitter. Someone sent me a bunch of evidence, quote unquote, that was supposed to prove, like, someone I was talking about at the time was even worse than I had thought. And I looked at their evidence, and their evidence didn't prove anything. It was just literally random screenshots, no context, asked about the context, and the context did not match with the screens. People need to look at stuff like that, because if you don't, you can perpetuate a false narrative against somebody. And that can cause major problems. Even if it's towards somebody that people don't like, you still have to do that. Because if you don't, it can diminish the stories that are true. And that's why I take it seriously when it comes to stuff like this. If you got to look at your evidence to see, hey, you got to be careful with that. Because I've had that happen before. Because I looked at something and I'm like, oh, this looks real and official. And then when I looked into it, it turned out it was fucking malarkey. You got to be careful, because you can end up causing painful situations as a result of it. I had to learn from experience that very thing. But for this, like, this should have been dealt with a lot better than it was. But no one wanted to, because these people were also friends with everyone in the community. which is, like, I'm going to say this right now. We really, really, really need to stop with the cliques in these communities, because this is why these problems happen as well. Because they're like, oh, my friends would never do that. Or they defriend the friend without actually looking at what's being said. And they just let them do whatever they want, and it causes a worse situation. Like, there's so many factors, but let's resume.
She was trying to make other people look stupid.
She tried to make other people look stupid. Girl, she didn't even need to try in that sentence. I just read those screenshots. You guys literally were losing friends because you yourselves were making yourselves look stupid. Kiana didn't need to do shit. You did that yourselves. Nami did that himself by posting 40 fucking journals about Princess Elizabeth. Heather made herself look fucking stupid being well within her 30s, harassing literal 12-year-olds. You all made yourself look dumb by saying that this Kiana was a homewrecker when she was actually groomed because you just didn't like her. She didn't make you look dumb. You did that yourselves. I didn't think that was a hard concept to grasp, but here we are.
That's why she's done with DA. When people weren't afraid to call her out.
Oh, this again? Weren't afraid to call her out. Oh, it's Lucky Lady Alexandria, one of their associates, one of the people that was doing that shit on DeviantArt, harassing children with them. Hey, grown 20-plus-year-old woman, would you like to keep harassing this literal 16-year-old child any further? God, sorry. Seriously, if you look at some of Lady Alexandria posts, especially in this situation, if she still has them up, you can go to Web Archive if she doesn't, because I've saved some of them in there. She literally made unhinged novels about these children, redesigned their characters, and made these unhinged rants and novels about these kids. Some of them weren't unhinged because they were trying to make themselves look good on some parts, but if you read the other ones, like, she has, like, these, like, fight scene ones, you'll see in depth how fucking crazy these people actually were, obsessing over these kids' literal OCs. Like, it was bad. It was insane. Hold on, let me see the chat here. Okay. So, let's read what Lady Alexandria has to say, huh? Sorry, guys. This pertains to drama, so if you don't care for it, feel free just to skip this one. I find that hilarious because her entire page was mainly just fucking drama at this stage, and was for years. So it's just like, skip this one. That means people would skip most of your content, sweetie. I hate to tell you that one. You were that obsessed. Listen. It's okay to deal with drama. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but, like, girl, don't act like you did anything else on that account. I looked through your shit. Most of your fucking images were relating to these dramas. You made your entire career off of the foundation of these literal kids suffering. You're not, like, come on. Knock that off. Don't act like you hate the drama. You wouldn't engage with this if you didn't. Like, fuck's sake. Okay, Kiana, I see you have changed your journal. However, I feel you've just changed it to make yourself look better. The fact that you are watching her make edits to her journal that closely shows that, yeah, you live for the drama. Shut the fuck up. You're here for that tea just like everyone else, sis. Stop it. Stop it. I hate it when people are like that. I hate drama. Then how the fuck do you have a timestamp for every edit that person made? Like, listen, I get you don't like drama when it pertains to you. I get that because, you know, it makes you overwhelmed and emotional. I get that. But don't say you hate drama in general, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be watching this girl that closely. You wouldn't. You and I both know you wouldn't. Because you were called out in the comments. I have a few things I want to say. Girl, if you hate drama, why are you commenting to begin with? No one asked you. No one literally asked you, girl. You can walk away, honey. You can walk away. Girl, you weren't friends with this girl. There's no reason for you to address or look at anything. It'd be one thing if you had, like, association on, a friendship level or something, but you're just some random hoe. Girl, you were just some random hoe online. No, bitch, you don't need to be here. You can leave. You can respectfully go. Why? Why are you talking about a literal child? What's wrong with... They screenshot their own friend's fucking journal as well as evidence 3 hours after it's posted. What the hell? Does this prove anything? Other than you guys are that obsessed over this girl at this stage for at least 3 to 4 years? Bro, get help. You guys have problems. The writing was just about as much as about your behavior as it was the problem areas with your FC. Who the fuck cares? Oh my god, a child has a cartoon character that's not exactly great with writing all the time. Wow, it's almost like she's a child, and it's her art or some shit. God, you people say you care about art, but you won't let an artist make mistakes and shit and just let them be. You know how we get great artists? Because they learn how to fail 1,000 times over. Oh my god. It's annoying. But in the original journal, you did what you always do and sidestep the issues and make it all about how people hate your OC. Well, yeah, because listen to what you're fucking saying. Your first sentence, literally here, it's about the problem areas with your FC and make it all about some person who hates your OCs. Girl, you are contradicting yourself. Yeah, of course she's going to talk about that. You just admitted that's what people were talking about. Why would she not address that if that's the main thing in the comments that's being talked about? What? I don't get why you keep talking about that yellow scarf of yours. I know people said it's ugly, but you need to stop talking about it. If you talk about someone's scarf being ugly, they're going to probably address you asking why you think the scarf is ugly and trying to understand why you hate the scarf. You are grown adults. Am I just not understanding the English here? Am I mistranslating? There is no way you are literally this fucking dumb to your own ignorance. Like, you can't be this dumb and this ignorant at the same time. I refuse to believe this, that you are that stupid. You know what you're doing. Stop it. And you hope others will follow your lead and not notice. Not notice what? If she's publicly addressing and changing shit, talking about how people hate her OC, how... She's making it so people do notice. What? I have brain damage. I don't even understand your reasoning. What? Are you dumb? Are you dumb, Alexandria? Are you dumb? God help me. Because this is something you have done before. First you say you don't care what I think, but what I think. So you're admitting you're the one saying shit about her OC. Just, okay, girl. I see you. I see that little slip up right there. Oh, what people say. You mean you harassing this little child? Nice slip there, buddy. I love the Freudian slips. I love that. Oh, it was people doing this. When in actuality it was just this fucking cunt. It was just her. Oh, I love that. You're not slick, sweetie. You're not. Oh, God. But you wrote a very long response and made sure the journal title sounded extra important. That sounds backwards for someone who doesn't care or isn't looking for attention, as you claim. But you just said earlier that she hoped others would follow her lead and not notice. So which one is it? Does she want people to notice or not? Did you proofread when you fucking wrote this? So... Kiana wants people to notice, but doesn't want people to notice, but made changes so people actually would notice, and it sounded extra important, but she doesn't want people to notice. Oh my fucking god, my god, we have barely started. And I'm already questioning how you passed the 5th grade English. How did you pass the 5th grade English class? Woman, I want answer. I want to know how you passed the 5th grade English class. I really want to know how you passed. Because holy fucking shit, even I can see this do not make any fucking sense. It does not make sense. It's just stupid Americana. Stupid Americana bullshit. Okay, I don't understand. Why you do this? Why do you people do this? This is so petty. This is so stupid and petty. These people got away with it. They fucking pushed this girl over the edge to nearly fucking endgame herself. But fucking... Oh, but you know, feel sorry for them because I called them a bitch. Girl, fuck you. feel sorry for me, guys. Locke called me a cunt on the internet. Even though I literally am admitting here I'm bullying a literal fucking child. Do you people not get the reason, like, do I have to make this clear to everyone? Because I think I have to. I get angry with people not because I'm a rageaholic, but it's normally because you've done something fucked up. If you harm children, are abusive to other people, or intend to harm others, that's when I'll fuck with you and tell you you're fucking up and yell at you. I'm not going to come at you because you made a mistake when you were 16 and you were kind of a dick on the internet. I'm going to come at you if you ended up calling the police on somebody and nearly getting them killed. There is a huge difference there. Like, if you had an internet argument calling someone a bitch, I'm not going to get on you on that. The worst I'm going to do is like, dude, why'd you do that? Come on, man. What are you doing? I'm going to get on you when you're going out of your way to try to paint this child as a monster, harass her en masse to the point that she nearly... she wanted to kill herself. You guys knew she did. Called her an attention whore and mocked her for that and made the depression even worse. That's when I'm going to come and yell at you because you're driving somebody with depression into a state where they might actually do something harmful to themselves. I don't get how this is a hard concept for people to understand when I talk about stuff like this. I'm not going to rip your throat out for any random reason. The only times I come for you is if you do something really fucking harmful. I'm not going to come at you because you recolored Sonic characters. You can even look at my video on Kiana. Did I yell at her once in that video even back then? No. What did I say? Her art is beautiful. She just needed to stop tracing because she's holding herself back. She can do amazing things if she really put the effort into it. And she did. And you notice I have not said shit since. I have not yelled at her. I have not called her a terrible person. We're friends now. It's amazing how that works. It's almost like I'm not the fucking devil. I'm telling you need to change and you're refusing to change and making things worse. So I'm going to keep kicking you because you keep literally beating up this child for no fucking reason. God, it's very obvious what you're doing and I don't like it. It's inhumane. Yeah, it is inhumane. That's why I don't respect it. I really don't respect these people. Like, oh my God. Oh God, here we go. And here we go. Here's that sentence. Remember, they knew Kiana was having depressive episodes. And next thing they wrote is literally this. You made a big cry for pity, 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 because that's what gets your fans emotionally what the fuck does that even mean? Is that okay, I know they misspelled emotional, but what's that? Bliss? Yes, Ava, please be my English translator. What the fuck did this bitch write? Honey, please help me. I'm too dumb. I did read that right? I'm not mistranslating. It's pity, pity, pity because that's what your fans they misspelled emotional because that's a P. What's that?
Please.
Oh, emotional, please.
Yes.
Oh.
Like I'm pleading.
Oh, that's what it. But isn't pleading spelled with a D?
Pleading is past tense. Well, is current tense. Please is it's a different form of it.
Oh, it's a different form. Sorry, I didn't know. I'm sorry, hon.
Basically, pleading is someone actively doing it. Please is a noun. Pleading is a verb. Please is the same word except a noun.
But how?
Please hear my plea.
What gets your fans emotional, please. So that's not even the right word for that sentence then, because it's saying she's trying to get emotional pleas from her fans. But wouldn't that be her trying to get emotion? Her giving an emotion?
The word, because it's not how you're supposed to use it.
Oh, so she's not using it correctly.
Yeah, she's not using it correctly, though I do understand what she's trying to say.
Thank you for the translation, mighty waifu. Can I give a hug?
Of course you can. Come here.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to hug.
Man. Please different variation of the word plead.
So it's not even correct in that sentence.
For example, I am pleading you. Please hear my plea.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, hon. Appreciate. Thank you, English lady. I clicked into some grammar lessons. Cool. Yes. Again, still don't know every English thing under the sun. I'm trying my best. Please do not deport me. I'm joking, but please, I'm trying my best. Please. You have done this multiple times before, and you know the right things to say to stir their sympathy. I'm depressed. My life's hard. They hate me. They hate my OC. It's quite a manipulative tactic. Girl, you literally just admitted you were harassing her ass about her OC. How the fuck is it manipulative if she's literally describing what the fuck is happening?
Hey, hon. If you have any other word questions, feel free to ask.
Oh, I'll ask you if I have any more, but thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
It may not be the best, but I do know.
I know. You know more than me. You're American, so, like,
I was born into this language, therefore I know more.
Yes.
Granted, you still know more English than a lot of people.
That's very sad considering I don't know every English thing myself. And I'm not from here. Speaking of which, please remind me to renew the passport. I need to renew just in case.
Did you ever find it?
I can't find it though. Please help me find it. I lost it somewhere in the house, which is not good because that costs money to replace. And I don't think I can get mine replaced, like, yeah, especially if family members are not doing so well.
You do realize that I don't have one at all, right?
You don't have a passport?
As we've gone over this before, no.
Well,
I've
shit.
never left this country.
I thought Americans had passports by default.
No.
You don't?
99% of us don't.
What do you mean you don't?
The rich people do. That's about it. The rich people who have passports are the ones who can afford to leave the goddamn country.
Oh. I just assumed you all had one because you all travel across country, like you do the cross country stuff.
Yeah, it's all our country.
You don't need like papers and stuff?
It's our country.
I don't understand, but okay. Like
Each state is still our country. We don't need. There's no border.
But-
Each state doesn't have a border. We just go. Think of it like the EU.
But
You know
what-
how with the EU can just go from one country to the next without stopping at all.
That's not true. They have to because of that Brexit stuff.
I'm talking about like the Dutch and the Germans, or the French and the Germans. They can just go. Whoop.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you would have one considering like the life
I
you
have
get.
a driver's license.
Fuck. We gotta get that. Because we may have to go to my homeland fairly soon, honey, because, you know, the family dying.
Good luck getting me a thing, because it takes up to like 3 years to get a passport.
It does not take 3 years to get a passport.
With how bureaucratic these assholes are with being so slow.
I love you, honey, but I thought you already had one.
As I told you this as last time you talked about going to Australia, no, I don't have one.
I just figured everyone did. I literally figured everyone had passport by default.
We've talked about
I thought you had a passport card at least.
We've literally talked about this years ago, honey.
I don't remember conversations years ago because they are years ago. I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
Last time you talked about your family not doing too well. I don't have a passport. I don't even know how to get a passport.
I literally have my passport card on me right now. Like,
Yeah, and I don't even have that. I don't have a passport, period.
is it just literally me because I immigrated?
Yes, because you live in a different country.
Yeah, but I got like a passport card for America too. Like,
Yes, because you live from a different country.
but I heard Americans have passport cards to go to certain places as well. Like for travel. Like they have to have a passport card to use an airplane.
Last time I've only used an airplane twice in my life, but I never had a passport.
What the I gotta research into that again. Sorry for the detour.
Hell, even on airplanes, the only time you need a passport is when you're going or stopping in a different country.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know everything. I just assumed, like, because I was told, like, in America to travel to some places by plane, you need a passport card. So that's my bad.
Like Alaska, but this.
Yeah, like Alaska. That's why I figured.
That's because you have to stop in Canada.
Oh, it's because you have to stop in Canada?
Yes.
That just. I'm learning. I'm sorry.
The only time you need a passport card is.
I just figured everyone did it because I do. I'm sorry. Is that why you can't you don't travel?
I don't travel because I'm broke.
You know that's fair. That's fair.
I'm also terrified of planes.
In the UK, most people I know have passports. Yeah. In other countries, they do.
But yeah, this is America, not the UK.
The Seinfeld. So I learned that Americans don't have passports by default because in the UK they have passports. Most other countries have passports. Like we get passports.
You can buy one for like $300.
It's not $300 fucking dollars for a passport.
You're right. It's closer to 100, but still.
What the fuck? You Americans are weird. Like,
yeah, remember, traveling is a rich person's hobby.
I understand that, but I just thought you all had one because, like, in other countries, we have passports normally. I guess that's a cultural difference. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Not in our state, at the very least.
Okay. I'm resuming the video, but thank you for the information, Ava.
Now, my dad might have a passport, or I know he went to the Bahamas once.
I guess. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. I didn't know Americans didn't have passports by default. It's normal in other countries that we normally tend to have passports for things. Like, I didn't know. Sorry.
Might be normal for other folks, but now it's not me.
I'm sorry. I just thought it was normal because I had a passport ever since I was a kid. So, like, even before I immigrated. So, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I'm not upset.
People are calling it a Seinfeld skit, what we just did. I don't get it either. I have not fully watched Seinfeld. All I know is bald guy.
All I know
And the guy and that racist one.
food.
Oh yeah, the airplane food guy. Seinfeld. I've only watched bits and pieces, and
I mostly know stuff about the jokes from Family Guy about Seinfeld.
Australians also need to buy theirs because we're like, I'm sorry everybody. I didn't know that Americans didn't have passports. Normally they don't get their passports almost like other countries do. I'm sorry. I thought that they needed passports in their passport cards. I didn't know. Sorry.
No worries, beloved.
Ava can attest, like, I'm not from here. She's met my mom. How do you feel about El Diablo? Was it muy bien? Did you like me, Miss Satan?
I didn't like it when she showed up randomly while you were at work.
Oh, yes. You had fun, didn't you, dealing with her? I'm glad we cut contact. Oh, El Diablo, oh, Dios mío. Ah. Lord, that is a pain. Ah, God. So, let's resume. Sidetrack. Sorry. I didn't know. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I'm, again, not born here. There are some cultural differences. I thought all Americans had passports and shit. Apparently not. Like, I'm sorry. I'm dumb. You have... I didn't list you in the writing for no reason, so you admitted you addressed her directly and were harassing her. That's wonderful. Thanks for exposing yourselves. When you harass people and you get your friends to do it, you're a bully. What? When you harass people and you get your friends to do it, you're a bully. Ava, do we have a mirror? Do we have a mirror I could just point at my computer? Can I, do we have one?
I don't have a mobile one unless you want me to rip a door off or rip a cabinet off.
Rip the cabinet off the wall? Do it. Do it. I want to see you do it. Come on. Come on, my Amazonian wife. Rip it off the wall. Do it. It will please me.
And that would kill me after he installed it.
Come on, it'd be funny. I'm sorry. It would be funny, though. You know I'm joking. I wouldn't ask you genuinely to rip a mirror off the wall.
I know, but still, I can stare at you.
I know you're judging me.
Yeah.
But you know it was funny.
Yeah.
I know I'm right. Happy DACA. Oh no. Oh, like at least we do in UK before the whole Brexit, $80. Yeah. So in the UK they have the passports. Yep. So I'm not wrong. Other countries do. America's just weird. But then again, their whole entire country is bigger than all the countries. So it makes sense, I guess. Hold on, let me read.
The state of Texas is bigger than England.
I know the state of Texas is bigger than England. Don't remind me of that one. Holy shit. Then you lie and delete comments so your nicer fans don't find out. Like, if all you're going to do is spread negativity when she's just trying to relax, why would she let you keep harassing people, especially the nicer people? What are they going to find out? Oh no, her OC is bad? How is, like, you act like she's hiding the Chamber of Secrets from people when all you're talking about is her fucking FC. She hasn't committed any crimes. You guys are treating her as if like she was a fucking groomer. She fucking recolored a fucking wolf from Zero Chan. That's it. She recolored. Oh no, she traced and recolored. Oh, the sin. Like, she didn't do anything really that bad. Like, okay, she traced. Just tell her, hey, please don't trace that artwork. That belongs to an artist. They're not happy about that. Please don't do that. It's not that hard. I know it's not that hard because that's what I did with Kiana, and she stopped. Oh my god, it's like if you talk things out with people, it fucking actually can work out or something. Communication is amazing. Jesus Christ. Alright, let me see. Where am I? I'm dumb. How am I or anyone else supposed to believe that you are a sweet, nice person when you do things like this? You call Kiana manipulative, but who the fuck writes that sentence? She doesn't know you. Why does she have to prove she's this sweet, nice person to you? Who are you? Who the fuck are you in her life that she has to prove anything to you? Like, you guys treat her as if she stabbed your grandmother. All she did was recolor. She didn't do anything serious enough to warrant you guys warning anybody. I would understand it if she went around, let's say, stealing identities, purposefully doxing people to try to get the police called on them. Wink, hint, hint, what you people did. Try to get them fucking arrested falsely for shit they didn't do. Try to get them to self-harm purposefully. Like what you guys enabled her fucking ex to do to her, and even celebrated the fact he did so. Like, she has done nothing that is worthy of any of this behavior. She doesn't need to prove anything to you. She is a literal child. Leave her alone, you weirdos. Oh my god. And in the original journal, you don't even defend yourself. You just sidestepped everything like, oh, she hates me for my OC. You admitted yourself you were talking about her fucking OCs and their problem areas. So yeah, she's going to say that because that's literally what you were fucking talking about, Exandria. I have fucking memory loss. And I don't understand the cognitive dissonance that's between these two fucking sentences. How the fuck? This kind of behavior makes you as bad as Princess Elizabeth or Akai Delia. I'm going to dispel this shit right now. Akai Delia is not Satan. She never was. She wasn't a bad person. You people treated her like a monster, and that's how she acted in return. She gave you the same energy back, and you didn't like it. You didn't like the fact she clapped back at you. She wasn't a bad person. She wasn't. You people treated her like shit, and she acted in turn the same way towards you. Granted, not everything she did was great, but you people started that mess. She was just a random artist online drawing Sonic fan fiction and drawing herself with big old jiggly wigglies. She was old enough to do so, and no one should have given a fuck. But you people, because you were all so jealous that she was getting popular, because she was the first Sonic artist on DeviantArt that wasn't like an official, wasn't a part of the comics or, official Sonic staff to reach 1 million page views on DeviantArt. She was famous in the Sonic community. She was loved. And you people didn't like that. So you made her out to be this monster because she had emotional breakdowns, which turned out were a part of her bipolar disorder. She had bipolar. Yeah, of course she was suddenly she was really happy and then she's suddenly depressed. That's what happens when you have bipolar. It's called mania. If you know anything by bipolar disorder, they go through states of mania and then they go through a slump where they're incredibly depressive and then they go right back to the mania. That's why bipolar happens. They don't. But you made her out to be Satan. Princess Elizabeth's crying. You guys literally, I was told this because people witnessed this. You were scrolling around on DeviantArt looking for someone to bully, and you found Princess Elizabeth recoloring Sonic art. And then you started harassing her almost nigh immediately. She was 13. Of course a 13-year-old girl's not going to react well to people telling her that she's a whore. She was 13. You were in your fucking Heather was in her 30s, nearly 40s. Saying shit like she's a slut to a fucking child. Of course she wasn't gonna react well. She was a kid. You fucking sociopaths. Jesus McFucking Christ. I don't get how you people gain so much traction, but then again, I'm seeing, the community as it is. It makes sense because when everyone's in a clique, they turn away from each other's behaviors a lot. And it's not right. I understand it if it's, the behavior's I don't agree with your past. But I do believe you can change. Stuff like that. I give little leeway to that. But you people knew. There are people that knew that they were harassing this child. They saw them fucking posting personal information trying to get these people hurt. And they went along with it. I do not know. I don't like this shit. They did this on purpose to hurt people and everyone looked away because, friend can't be wrong. No, friend can be wrong. Maybe pay attention. But she drew her kinks, Laka, and that's illegal, sarcasm. They didn't know about bipolar disorder? No, they didn't. Because I remember when I was talking to them about Akai years ago before I found out everything they were doing. Because, I was an idiot kid when I interacted with these people. I barely had turned 17. I'm just a few months older than Kiana. But when I was talking to them when I was 17, they knew Akai had bipolar. Before she was even, they theorized she had bipolar disorder. Before she was even diagnosed, they theorized she had bipolar disorder. Akai made it actually known not that long after she did. And they said she was lying. Because I remember the chat when we were talking about it. They were like, yeah, that's most likely true. And I remember asking, what doesn't that mean like her depressive episodes are normal? They're like, yeah, but she needs to control herself better. Now looking back on that as a grown adult, I'm going, she can't. She has bipolar. That's why it's a fucking disability, you dumb motherfuckers. That's why it's called a mental disorder. Because they cannot fucking control that shit. Oh my god. And then when she got diagnosed, which I think was just a couple of months later, just not even like 1 or 2 months later, they said she was lying. So, and this is when like they started really harping on the journals too. So it wasn't like, oh, they harped on the journals and they didn't know, and then like, oh, like, you know, retroactively that was fucked. No, they started harping on her after she admitted she had bipolar disorder when it came to that. So they fucking knew, she told them she had bipolar. And they ragged on her for that and said she was lying, and then ripped apart her journals saying, look at how much of a potential whore she was. These people knew what they were fucking doing. You can't convince me otherwise. Liar! Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the parts of the story that people don't want to really acknowledge. And this is why I have been saying this. If someone has a mental disorder, you need to take that into account when speaking to them, especially when it comes to their actions. Somebody who has bipolar is going to have emotional instability that they're not going to be able to control at times. You need to be understanding to that, otherwise you're not the person that should be fucking speaking to them about it. And that's the travesty with Akai, because Akai made it known she had bipolar and she was mistreated. Kiana had autism that everyone knew about, and she was mistreated. Princess Elizabeth, out the gate, people knew she was autistic, still mistreated. Like, oh, why don't they act like normal people? Because they aren't neurotypicals. They aren't the quote-unquote normal people. They are disabled. Disabled people are not going to act regular. They're not going to act like you because they're not you. They never will be you because they were born differently from you, and that's going to change how they work in their entire fucking life. It's why this entire group drives me so crazy. It's why like a lot of situations drive me crazy, because it's like when someone tells you they have something like let's say brain damage, they have something like bipolar disorder or something like that, that does need to be taken into account. Because how they act, what they remember, how they think, how they feel, that is going to be majorly affected by that thing. And the fact that it was just used instead as a weapon is my biggest concern, because if it's that easy for people who are openly out about the disorders to be weaponized, that makes me really scared about the ones that aren't really forefront. Like, it makes me wonder how many people that weren't upfront with their disorders, how badly were they possibly treated? Like, how much worse did this get in the community that we're not aware of? Because this is how they treat the out and open people with disorders. The openly disabled people. What about the ones that weren't as open? What about the ones that aren't visibly disabled? You know, this... Like, what happened to them? Like, this is what I think about, is just how the fact that this happened for over 10 years. This wasn't like happened 10 years ago. This has been happening since 2009. It's 2024. That's fucking, that is, 14 years? Sorry, 15 years. 15 years of this misbehavior, like this terrible fucking behavior. For what? What did you gain out of bullying the differently abled? How do you get out of bullying these disabled people? What did you get? You're bullying a child who is disabled. Well, good job, motherfucker. You went into the fucking special needs class and you yelled at the fucking autistic girl. She's crying now. What did you gain from that? What do you gain? You people are crazy. I don't understand this. What do you gain? Yeah. Yeah, when the mania ends, we feel ashamed about how we acted. It's not fun, manic. It's embarrassing to us. It makes us feel crazy. Yeah, exactly. This shit needs to be taken into account. People who have mania have issues. People that have autism that have the mental breakdown, because I've had those. We yell, then we cry and apologize, because when we have an outburst, we can't control it. And it's not us trying to manipulate you when we say sorry either. That's us genuinely saying sorry because we hurt you. Because that was a moment of us we lashed out because, like, we felt backed into a corner. Because when people are autistic, that's what happens. They break down easier, and it's much more easier for them to have an emotional reaction, which is what happened to Kiana. But they called her a manipulator. No, she was having an autistic breakdown. She was autistic. She had a meltdown. She's a normal fucking child, especially an autistic girl. That's very normal for them. I don't get how so many people claim to be for mental health advocacy, or they care about the differently abled, this, that, and the other, but when they are confronted with someone with that very thing, they treat them like crap. You're all for equality until it actually comes down to the moment where you have to treat somebody as a fucking equal and actually take into account they're different from you. It's annoying, and I don't like it. Like, I'm disabled. I'm mentally impaired to an extent. I'm conscious enough that I can understand this is wrong, but my memory is bad sometimes. There's a reason why I have, like, backlogs of evidence for this stuff, so I remind myself what's happening. But there's still major things I do remember because they're so bad, my brain, like, my ADHD kicks in and I overthink, and it repeats in my brain on loop. Like, this is so mean. This journal is just making you all look bad because it's basically this girl admitting she's harassing Kiana. This grown adult is harassing this literal child who's autistic because of a fucking cartoon. You people doxed her for this shit. What the fuck? Oh, she's manipulative. Let's dox the autistic child. I love you, honey. Have fun at your dad's. Oh, yes, I'll open the door for you. Oh, God, it's fucking hot.
I need to get my hair back.
Alright, let me help you. Grab me, let me help you up.
Ooh, what happened to your arm?
What happened to my arm?
You scratched yourself.
Oh, that might be why it hurt. I don't know. Remember, my body's broken, honey. I don't know where these bruises and stuff come from. Holy shit, it's hot. Honey, please, you need to kill me. It's too hot today. Please, you need to kill me.
No, I didn't know the solution. Back up.
You're pointing the fan towards me?
Until I get back.
Thank you. I appreciate the fan.
The pop.
The fan. Alright, let me help you open the door. I'm still surprised you asked me because, you know, I struggle opening the door.
The main part is I need you to close it for me.
Oh, it's closed.
By the way, if you're on the easy way of opening the door, left.
You know I can't really turn my wrist left, right?
It's called use the other hand.
They're both broken. Remember, these are both broken, honey.
Yes, but I know they both can turn one direction easier than the other.
I love you, but you misunderstand the problems I'm having. I love you. The door is open, though.
Thank you.
Now go do your thing.
Also, did I leave the water bottle I brought with me?
Probably.
In the car?
Most likely. I did not see the water bottle anywhere.
Can you just smack these around?
Okay. Alright, have fun.
Thank you. I just need you to close the door behind me.
Okay.
I'll take it back. Look, I'll take it towards you.
Oh, it's fine. Alright, have fun. Love you too. Ow. Fuck. Ow. Wrist. Ow, ow, ow. Ah, fuck. Gotta get a different wrist brace. I gotta tighten this one. That one's shit. Alright, putting on the new one. Gosh darn it. I hurt myself opening a fucking door. God, that's fucking embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Thanks, assholes, for making me disabled. This really nice. Thank you. Now I get to read more about the journals of how you tortured more disabled people. This is wonderful. Thank you. You wonderful asshole. Fuck. Yes, I get to read the journals about the people who fucking crippled me. This is fun. I'm having so much fun. Yep. Someone got criticism. They'll whine about having a panic, then they'll go, and now that's a call for pity. Oh my god. Yeah, I thought art lore was dissecting and looking at various ways an artist and then shit. I hate it when it. Yeah. I'm tired. Sorry, that's just me putting on the new wrist brace. Because again, these people, as stupid as they are dangerous because I live with that now. On both of my hands. My wrists are broken. You even probably just heard Ava in the background explain I can't twist my wrists fully in certain directions. So, yeah, as much as these people are fucking stupid, they are freaking evil too. Oh, that's great. We're dealing with idiots that have the power to actually hurt people. That's terrifying. Oh, God. Let's resume. Okay. I'm adjusting the wrist brace a bit more. Sorry, I have to get it just right. Otherwise, I'll cut off circulation a little. Okay. So where did I leave off? Where did I leave off before the beautiful light of my life told me to open the door? Let's see. And you've done some things that are these things very recently. What did she do? You're so fucking vague because you know she hasn't done shit. Oh my god. She recolored, guys. She recolored fucking Sonic art. Let's dox this literal autistic girl and scream at her for hours on end. That will show her. That will make her listen to us. Oh my fucking god, you people are nightmares. Never underestimate the power of stupid from a large group of people. I agree with that. I have learned firsthand. These people, as much as I say they're stupidly dangerous. That is true. They are stupidly dangerous. Like, if this was all there is, this is easy to rebuttal. But since now I'm crippled because of it, there are people that have hospital bills because of these people. Now it's just like, wow, these people are actually fucking a problem. I can't believe it, but it is true. Fucking hell, I hate it. And it was more convenient to try and make it sound like it happened oh so long ago in your update, which is very untruthful for you to say. My god. When you guys wrote this journal, it had already been 2 fucking years. Yeah, it's a little bit of time. Like, if she was still doing horrible behaviors, it'd be one thing, or ignoring some, trying to avoid very serious behaviors, I would also understand. Like, let's say, she stole thousands of dollars from people. Like, I would understand, 1 or 2 years ago is not really that long ago when it comes to something like that, because you don't forget about doing something that fucking heinous. You're choosing to lie if you do, but her crime was just tracing and saying you guys are bunch of losers because you're losing your own friends because of your own obsession, which, you know, that's everyone that's probably looking at this from outside the CC's opinion on the matter. It's my opinion on the matter too. Like, if you're losing friends because you've posted 40 fucking journals about some weirdo online, that's a sign you may need to stop. But I digress. Like, the only time something like that should be necessary is if they're causing severe harm. She's not causing severe harm. And I have to make the distinction because there is nuance to situations like this. I'm not saying you can't talk about anything old. You can talk about things that are old, but if they're serious, like if there's a child that's been abused, identity theft, theft in general, harassment, like stuff like that. Kiana didn't do any of that. So, like, oh no, she recolored 2 years ago. Okay. Oh, sorry. She made that reference 3 years ago because it was like a year before the videos came out. So, 3 years prior to this journal. Oh no. It's not like she can improve on that or something. It's not like she was going to jail. Like, unless the artist is suing her, this is so irrelevant. There's no reason for you to keep bringing that up. There really isn't. And that line about me not having anything better to do with my life, I felt like you were trying to make me feel small and look small to your readers. Because you are small and pathetic. You are harassing a girl about Sonic, of all fucking things. Not just any girl, like a literal child who's autistic. Let her have fun, you fucking weirdo. You're in your 20s when you wrote this. You're weird. Girl, you are fucking weird. Yeah, you are small because that's you facing reality of what your actions are. You're not helpful. You're being a weirdo. You're a creep. You're stalking a child who's autistic because she drew Sonic tits. Oh no, she drew herself with titties. Why are you looking? Stop it. No one asked you to look. She didn't send this shit to you. You looked yourself and got offended that she drew herself with titties. Oh no, a girl had a power fantasy that she was hotter and stronger than she actually is. Oh no, it's not like all women have that fantasy, just like guys with the same fucking thing on our end. Oh yes, guys totally don't imagine themselves with more muscles, more money, cars, and women. No, clearly this is a fucking lie that never has existed. Everyone has a power fantasy. Everyone has fantasies that they're better than they actually are because everyone wants to be better. Everyone wants to have these things. It's fine. She harmed no one. The only person you're harming right now is her because you can't just accept the fact she's different from you. I really hate this. Why are you like this? Yeah, I know. I'm exhausted when it comes to stuff like this. Because when you read stuff like this, you don't think these are the same types of people that manage to get someone's personal information and hurt them. They're like, they managed to dox Kiana and get her and, cause depression because they harassed her so badly. These are the same people that managed to get my information, call my house, and have me beaten nearly to death on multiple occasions, so much to the point I'm now physically disabled. It's hard to believe that these are the same motherfuckers, but they're the same motherfuckers. And it drives me insane because it's like, this is so insane to see that this behavior led to all that. And I'm trying to understand, how the fuck did that jump happen? Well, not jump, but like, how the fuck did they become that extreme over time that made logical sense to them? Because it wasn't a jump, because I've seen the timeline. Like, you'll see them get progressively more crazy. Kiana's was just the tipping point where, like, personal info was on the table. Their personal lives were on the table. Their docs information was on the table. And that just led the door right open for Jar's situation, my situation, and everyone else's. Like, hers was just the tipping point. Her and Elizabeth's. But It's insane to think that while reading a journal this unhinged, this is the same group of people that led to all that damage. It is so weird to be confronted with that reality. It really is. Because it feels like I'm reading a fucking idiot. Like someone that I could go into school and call a nerd, and it wouldn't be an insult because it'd be accurate. But they're the same people that caused that. It's so surreal. Oh my god. I'm disabled because of these motherfuckers. It's both angering and depressing at the same time. Oh god. Hold on. I love writing. Yeah, you like writing fanfic about yourself. It's very apparent, sweetie. You think you're better than you actually are. It's very apparent. And I wrote an informative piece. Yeah. Except for you're not a journalist, sweetheart. I wrote an informative piece. You mean where you gave your unsolicited opinion and harassed a literal child? That's not being informative. That's harassment, sweetheart. That's harassment. You're not a journalist. Writing about a girl being a fucking home-wrecking slut is not informative anything. That's you being a fucking cunt. Stop making yourself look like, oh, I was just doing my journalistic due diligence. Girl, you're just some bitch on DeviantArt. Stop it. Stop trying to make yourself out to be anything more than you are. You don't work for like a fucking actual reputable agency. You just draw Sonic. It might even help somewhere else realize some mistakes they are making, so I don't feel bad. I don't feel like it was a waste of time at all. I have gotten DMs and even people in this chat that have said when they followed this group's advice, their art got worse. When they stopped following it, it got better. So yeah, you did waste your time because you people didn't even know what the fuck you were doing, because when people followed your guys' advice, their art got objectively worse. And even like one of the people I got was actually going to art school and followed your advice, and their teacher said what they were doing was fucking stupid. Whoever told them that had no idea what they were doing. So I literally got confirmation even art schools think a lot of the advice you guys quote unquote gave that was supposed to be quote unquote helpful was literally dog shit that even art institutes would not accept. Oh god. Are these lunatics still around? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they're still around. Yuki's still out in the open. She still has a career. She still does. Like, and same with IDKY Hanafu. She's still around too. She never left. She just changed her user name to IDKY. These people are still around. Same with Heather. She just keeps making alt accounts after alt accounts after alt accounts. And I keep finding her because she keeps using the same OCs, and now she's shown her face online, so now I know who she looks like. So if she ever shows her face again, I'm gonna find her again. Like, none of these people left. None of them got any real repercussions other than just people saying they were bad people. Like, you know how infuriating that is? Like, these people nearly killed multiple people, and the worst that happened was just a bunch of YouTube videos. It's infuriating, but like everyone's poor, so like none of us can really do much legally, especially towards all these people in different states and countries. Like, oh my god, the lawsuit cost alone just to go after Yuki would cost thousands of dollars because she's in the fucking UK. Let alone all of them. Holy fuck. No. What's next? And I don't appreciate a hypocrite calling me a hypocrite. How is she a hypocrite? Do you people just like saying words for the sake of saying words? Kiana's not a hypocrite. She didn't lose friends because, oh, she was writing journals constantly about you guys. She lost friends because you manipulated them and lied to them directly. I'm going to turn off this fan because I think it's ruining my audio a bit. Hold on. Gizmo, you are a beautiful cat and I love you. beautiful cat. Come here, beautiful kitty. I need to hug you. Oh, she's a cute little baby. I love you, Gizmo. Now go have fun, little tiny cat. I gotta finish up this stream because we only got a couple minutes left. Oh, God. Why, you say why nitpick people? It's just fantasy and fiction. If that's how you feel, then why do you feel the need to attack people over it? Exandria, do you not read the words you have fucking written in a mirror? If it's just fantasy and fiction, why the fuck do you care what she does at all then? What is... You people understand the problem, and you just choose to ignore it. It literally, you have to be willfully this ignorant. There's no way you wrote that and go, this couldn't apply to me, constantly making journals about this autistic 16-year-old girl. Nah, it's the children who are at fault. Literally, you're reminding me of Seymour Skinner from Simpsons right now. It's like, am I the problem? No, it's the children that are the problem. Jesus Christ. I'm so tired. Hannah's still on Newgrounds. I know that much. Oh, yeah, she's still on Newgrounds. She's still on Newgrounds. She's still on DeviantArt. She's still on Twitter. I don't think anymore, but she, like, last time I checked, she was. Like, these people, they're still around. Nothing changed. Nothing. Like, that's why I keep reminding people, hey, this is what they did. They hurt a bunch of children. Like, don't forget that. Like, I'm still shocked that Yuki has a career, and, like, there's a popular Sonic artist called Chibi Jenhen who actually draws for the Sonic comics, actually follows her. Like, that shocks me. Because, like, do you, like, to see that they're still popular, even after causing all this damage. I am disabled. Ruining my career, ruining a bunch of other people's careers I haven't even talked about because they're still not ready to come out about their stories. It's so surreal that this was nothing to a lot of these people. Oh, well, they weren't super involved. Yeah, they were. Like fucking Yuki alone was the one writing the ED pages. She wrote those things. She put these kids' docs on there, getting them harassed by a bunch of strangers. She fucking did a lot of horrible shit. She was mocking Kiana, like, ex-boyfriend, manipulating her, forcing her to cut, and then faking his own suicide just to mentally damage her. Like, these people did a lot of horrible shit. And you're seeing their reasoning right now is just because of fucking Sonic OCs. Can you imagine that? Your entire life gets ruined because you drew a Sonic character with a titty cup size above a C. Not even a C, above B. Because of Akai's character's boobs were just like a C cup. Maybe D. And they were like, oh, they're too big. Oh, why are you doing that? You're sexualizing Sonic. That's weird. And I'm just sitting there like, Rouge is literally the most sexual character in the Sonic fandom. That's literally confirmed that, like, she owns a fucking nightclub and shit. Like, what? Have you not seen Rouge in every game she's ever been in? My characters became literal cardboards after taking their advice in Savdrots. It's true. Yeah. Because these people don't actually work in the industry. They don't work in the industry. They don't know any of these people. And now, like, one of them actually is, like, following them on Twitter, and it just weirds me out because it's like these people literally helped to destroy Sonic art, and not just Sonic art, all types of art for years. How do you have careers? You literally made artists too scared to draw, made them hate themselves, and ultimately doxed and ruined a lot of their lives, but you still get a pass. Why? I don't understand this. You get a pass because you said sorry? You're not helping fix the damage you've done, though. And none of us accepted the sorry. So, it'd be one thing if the worst you did was just say, like, maybe something very insulting, like a bitch. Like, yeah, I would say, like, yeah, talking about you still would be a little too far. But you didn't. You were highly involved. You orchestrated some of this stuff. You fucking doxed and ruined some of these people's lives. For what reason? What reason? What reason was there to do any of this to any of these people? I don't understand. And then to play ignorant. Like, oh, I didn't write the ED pages, after admitting directly to us that, yeah, she did. And then, like, even on DeviantArt before that, she admitted, like, yeah, she wrote the Axolanu pages, which were accusing her own friend of being a pedophile and calling them a blonde Jew. Like, both being slanderous and anti-Semitic at the same fucking time. Oh, and transphobic, too, because they called them a transvestite. In that very thing. But now they're like, I'm an LGBT plus ally. Are you? Are you? Well, because you realize you're LGBT yourself? Oh, really? How about actually address that shit? Address it. No? How are you an ally? How? Everyone has a fucked up past, but if you're not going to address it in a meaningful way or try to help the community, how have you changed? This goes beyond just the LGBT stuff. It goes to literally what they've been doing, like what's been happening to us. They were trying to silence the truth until the videos came out. They weren't sorry. They weren't. Yuki was trying to even hide her own involvement in the situation until we found out. They aren't sorry. They're sorry they got caught. And I'm done putting up with this shit. And I know this is why people don't like me, because I'm very hard when it comes to this stuff. And I don't care. Because people need to be hard when it comes to this stuff. People nearly actually fucking died. Get that through your head. People nearly actually fucking died from their fucking bullshit. And not just from suicide, from their direct actions. Jar nearly was fucking killed by police. Because they were trying to call police to his house to get him fucking brutalized. I nearly got beaten literally to death. Other people were nearly fucking killed. By police and otherwise. Things aren't over. People are still hurt and stuff needs to change still. That they're the devil for Sonic OC, how easy is it to accuse him of a crime then? Because all the evidence the community needed to go after Kiana and justify these people fucking doxing her, mocking her grooming, saying that she was at fault for being groomed essentially, and all this shit was literally she recolored a fucking wolf. And she drew Sonic, her own Sonic FC with big boobies. That's all it took. That's all it took to ruin this girl's life. That's all it fucking took. How much worse is it that we don't know? That's what scares me. How much worse is it that we are not aware of? Because this is just the people I found. How much more was done that I don't know? That was done to other people we don't know. And from other little sections of this community. From other DeviantArt ranters. How much more is there? This was able to happen for over 15 years of continuous bullshit. 15! Do you not realize how horrifying that is? There are people in high school as old as when these people started causing harm to people. There are people old enough to watch this fucking stream right now. Like, that's what drives me insane. It drives me really fucking insane, this stuff. Because, like, it's not just my own trauma coming out. I've listened to the other people's traumas. I've been helping them. I've helped give them money for damages for their hospital bills. I've helped support them when they needed it emotionally. Like, literally, Kiana can message me anytime she wants, and she does, and we can talk about anything. Like to help her with her issues and also make her feel, actually accepted and not treated like a piece of shit. Like, I've been helping prevent suicides and everything. I see this shit. I see the damage, but no one seems to care. And that's why I'm upset. People claim they want things to change and get better, but no one's willing to put forth the fucking effort to do so. They're not willing to speak out like me. They're not willing to go, hey, you see this? You see this right here? Publicly call it out. This is not okay. We should not be allowing this. You shouldn't be able to get away with this. But no one wants to because either they're friends or something like that. And it's insanity. I don't get how I can call out my own fucking friends when they do something wrong. And even cut them off when they do something wrong. But for everyone else, it's like this impossible task. The second I knew my friend harmed somebody, he was out the door. I'm sorry for that. That's still me reliving all the stuff I've had to go through along with the victims. The moments where they were suicidal, the moments where they had no one but me and were in complete isolation. And all I can give them in return is just keep speaking for them so they can be heard. And I hate, I'll give them money and stuff like that to help them, but there's not much else because, fuck, how do you sue, 5 different people across the country? How do you do that without fucking going bankrupt? You don't. It's infuriating. They deserve more than this, but they get nothing. I'm living with a disability, and there's nothing more I can do. It's infuriating. At least this happened to me, the disability. If this happened to anyone else where they were permanently disabled, I'm not going to lie. I would be a lot more meaner in this. That's why I'm pretty mean right now, because they've mentally fucked up 2 people to the point that now they have depression. Sorry, it's just thinking of this. How much more needs to happen? How much more suffering needs to happen before genuine change is made, before something happens? Because as I see it, no matter how much I yell, everyone doesn't make the change. There is no movement to go, hey, this person fucked up. They need to be out of here. It's just, yeah, that's fucked up. Are you going to help the victim? And I asked them, can you help the victims? No. Sorry, that happened. Bye. But they'll bend over backwards for Minecraft people and stuff like that. And it's just, it's insane. People nearly actually fucking died. No one blinks. Someone traces in this community. And oh my God, it's the end of the fucking world. I'm fairly confident if someone died in this situation, no one would have done anything either. Even if I described someone actually fucking dying, nothing would be done. Because these people aren't popular. They don't bring in the views anymore because they're not relevant to the greater commentary community anymore, so why should they care? Why should they care that these people, for over 15 fucking years, harassed multiple children, nearly killed a lot of people, crippled me and a few other people, fucking dox people, call the police to their houses, ruin their fucking lives, drove people to suicide. Why should they care? Because it's people that doesn't make them money. And that's the most infuriating part. This is all just a dollar sign to everybody. It's a dollar sign. They don't care. They never did. And that's why I'm so disillusioned with the Art CC commentary and all that. It never, and I'm seeing that now. It's how many people actually help victims compared to how much they're willing to argue over shit that ultimately shouldn't matter in the grander scheme of things. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Children are hurt. They're broken. They need help. I go to help them. No one else is helping them. Nothing's changed. Absolutely fucking nothing. And yet everyone wants to play like they're the fucking hero. I am so sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. And it's why I'm so angry. People suffering shouldn't be a fucking YouTube video. You should actually be trying to help them as much as you can. And if they want you to talk about it on YouTube, then you can do so. That's why I talk about these incidents, because I have permission from the victims to talk about their experience. And they've made it public themselves. That's the reason why I talk about it. The ones that haven't, I don't. But I don't know how to feel at this point, because with everything I've seen over the years, I don't know if this is genuinely doing anything. It feels like I'm spinning my fucking wheels for a situation that no one seems to care about. They'll say it's bad, but they won't condemn it. They'll say it's bad, but they won't help the people affected by it. They'll say it's bad, but they'll completely ignore the fact that all these problems were allowed to fester right in front of everyone's noses. And no one did a fucking thing. No one wants to fix the root? No. Wait. I'm so disillusioned. It's why I don't respect many people anymore. Like, everyone that I used to look up to, I don't. Because at this point, like, I now see the truth. Like, no one cares. Everyone that likes to pretend they are these heroes that try to help people and genuinely fix the situations, I've seen behind the veil. This situation and other situations have helped me see behind the veil, and I just realized, like, there's no fucking hope. There's none. The only people that's going to help the victims is fucking me. Because I seem to be the only one that gives a shit. Which is sad. Because I'm a guy with a Sonic icon. How the fuck am I giving more of a fuck about these people than the ones that are supposedly more equipped to be able to handle it? I'm the one, you people have more money, more resources, but it doesn't matter. Because they don't make you money. I'm so tired of this place LARPing, that they care. Like, this entire journal is them pretending like they're just trying to help, but you see the real intent. They don't care that they're hurting this child. They don't care that she's autistic. They don't care that they doxed this girl essentially over Sonic boobs. They only care that they're getting popular from it, and people are patting them on the ass saying, "Oh, you're so smart. Yeah, that person's bad." And they're grown fucking adults who know better. I feel nothing but rage. And it grows more every day. I see more and more innocents ignored and harmed. And no one cares. They only care about the semantics of bullshit. Tracing and shit like that is now somehow justification for doxing or hurting literal autistic children over nothing. And it's driving me insane. And now we resume, because I need to go back. So, we're going to resume, but yeah, those are my feelings, and I've been feeling that for a long time. The situation I've been in is the reason why I felt that way, and it's only getting worse. As more and more people every day get exposed for, oh no, this person, like all the fucking Minecraft people just got exposed for some form of sexual abuse. Oh boy. I don't look up at anyone anymore, because at this point I'm just expecting next week I'm going to find out, oh, another child's been hurt. Because people forgot that other people besides them exist in this fucking world. I'm so fucking done. All of this for what? Just to make yourself look good. Girl, makeup costs $20 at Walmart. Just put it on. You didn't need to do this to the child. You didn't need to do this to anyone else. No one would have thought differently of you. You didn't need to hurt anybody. And I'm so tired. And I'm yet again in another situation where I see that same fucking thing happening. And I'm so angry. Oh, hold on. I press play.
And with DA, where people...
I should have talked to you first, you say. Why? So you didn't even talk to her first? These aren't adults. These are literal babies walking around in adult skin. You literally, you didn't even talk, I should have talked to you first, you say. Why? Because if you're trying to genuinely help her, it may help to, I don't know, talk things out with her and give her this criticism without making it a public spectacle. If you genuinely care about her improving. Guess not, I guess. Why? So you can dodge and ignore me because you don't want to hear what I'm saying? You didn't even attempt to talk to her. How do you know that? Then go off and tell your friends that I'm harassing you, because you are. You are right now, genuinely harassing her. You didn't even try to talk to her about this stuff. Because that sounds like something you've done before. To who, motherfucker? To who? Like, I talked about the Gaia situation even back then. She never did that. Your evidence doesn't even show she did that. She never did that. You're just making shit up because you want to seem sympathetic because you know you're a grown adult bullying a literal disabled child and you can't handle the fact that she's not taking that shit. Which, good for her. She deserves to have a fucking moment of saying fuck you because you deserve it. You were being a piece of shit. You can't follow your own words. Look in the fucking mirror, Alexandria. If you hated my writing, why didn't you ignore it? Because you literally are saying if she ignored it, she's trying to fish for sympathy and she's being manipulative. Literally, if she acknowledges it, she's being manipulative and trying to do her fans. If she ignores it, she's running away. What is she supposed to do, Alexandria? You've given her no options. Either she addresses it or she doesn't. And either way, you've called her a cunt. What the fuck is she supposed to do? I'm glad she responded to you and told you that you were a fucking loser. Because you are. You're a grown adult obsessing over a literal child. Making journal edits on DeviantArt. Oh my god, get a life. If you hate this journal you wrote, just ignore it. Is that what you said? Hypocritical much? Follow your own advice, Alexandria.
People weren't afraid to call her out.
Weren't afraid to call her out. This is a giant cope session, and it's very fucking obvious, Pockets. Oh, sorry. Hopeless Romantic. I'm not gonna call you Pockets. Stop fucking LARPing, you fucking cunt. I'm so pissed.
But my real point is she wants to blame the world. Now you...
Does that look like blaming the world, or does that look like Alexandria coping? Did any of what Kiana did look like blaming the world? Does that look like coping? I'm so exhausted by people like this. And these people are prevalent. I was like, oh, maybe they're outliers. The more I researched into when I was making the original video of Broken X Muse, the more I realized they're not outliers. This is just now the art CC. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Like I saw with Prismate Luke, he does the same thing they just did. Fucking screenshots that don't prove their point, claim it's something else, and then when you read it, it doesn't prove their point, and it's fucking them lying out their ass. And I'm tired. I may be tired, but I talk about it because these people nearly actually killed several different people, including myself. But no one cares. But, we're supposed to care when someone traces, though. Oh my god, guys, they trace. They need to make a public statement. Motherfucker, they should make a public statement if they groomed a child or beat up a homeless person. Like, I don't care if they traced. Unless the artist wants that statement, then no one should give a shit. That's my opinion. If no one was harmed and the artist doesn't care, then it shouldn't matter. Like, people care more about fucking tracing than they do about actual fucking harm. It's insane.
You can see she apologizes. But do you notice that when she apologizes for certain things, she throws it back in your face by making you out to be the bad guy the next sentence.
So for your DA ranters, I'm gone. You happy now? I'm gone. You are the bad guys. You harassed her off a DeviantArt. You did that on purpose. You got her docs information. Yeah, you are the baddies. That gif where that fucking guy is like, are we the baddies? That's you. Except for you don't have the self-awareness to ask if you're the baddies. You are the bad guys. You didn't apologize. You made things worse. Like, she was a literal fucking kid. A literal fucking kid. And your thought was to call her a home-wrecking whore and go to every friend she had and lie to them. Why? Because, oh my god, she drew her character with big boobies and traced a cartoon wolf. Wow, that's such good justification to do that. Just in case you didn't understand this, because I think you people are fucking dense, that was sarcasm. I didn't think the autistic person needed to explain that, but I guess I have to, because I know if I say that, it's going to be clipped out of context from people this fucking stupid and go, well, they support the behavior, because people who are this fucking stupid are also that disingenuous as well.
Such as, oh, I'm sorry I did this, but you all did this to me, so you're the ones to blame. So
you are the ones to blame. She never came at you first. You came at her. You were stalking her for years. You admitted that yourself. You were watching this poor little fucking girl since 2013 when she was a literal 13-year-old child. And you were harassing her and everything. Yes, you are the problem. Hopeless. You are the problem, hopeless romantic. You are the problem. It's like Murray, but with fucking commentators. You are the problem. Fucking time to dance. Fucking tired.
you had to say sorry to me. Everyone has to say sorry to me. That's not asking for an apology. No. In fact, that's actually the opposite of what you're asking for.
What do you mean it's the opposite of what she's asking for? You fucked up. You owe her an apology, Pockets. Oh, sorry. Hopeless romantic. No, I'm not falling for this LARP. Give her the apology if you genuinely feel bad you fucked her over. But you don't because you're not sorry. Because you don't think you did anything wrong despite the fact you objectively did. When your own friends were fucking leaving your associates because they were losing their fucking minds, that wasn't an indication you might have gone too far. No, I guess not. You've drank the Kool-Aid so goddamn much, there's none left at the fucking cookout. You fucking leech. Jesus Christ.
You're turning everyone even more angry at you by asking that, honey.
Angry for asking for an apology. Bitch, you owe her one. You hurt this girl. You used her fucking ex, who fucking abused her and forced her to cut herself when she was 13 and faked his own suicide to fucking hurt her and mentally abuse her. And you made him out to be the hero in this situation, that he was right to fake his own death to get away from her. That was shown in the last fucking video, Pockets. The one where the fucking hour-long fucking bullshit you people made. How do you not sit there and realize how utterly insane and evil you people sound? Even if this wasn't a child, I would think this would be evil to do. It's even worse because it's a child, because they literally have no way to really fight that much back against you people, because they're barely getting to understand the world themselves. If you did this to a 40-year-old, she would have fucking backslapped you in the face. But you have to go after children because you know they're so underdeveloped, especially people who are autistic, that they they can't really fight that much back. Because you know if the second you yell at them, they're going to shut down. Because you're a coward. And I hate you. I hate cowards like you. You have to sit behind a fucking screen because you can't handle reality that your own fucking life failed, so you have to pick on someone else to make yourself feel better about your own shitty bullshit. You're a nobody, Hopeless, for a reason. Because you were no better than anyone you criticized. You were pathetic, so you try to make everyone else seem worse in comparison to make yourself feel good, because you yourself were the very thing you criticized. But when I pointed out, oh, like, somehow you people don't understand that. So I'll make this very clear. The reason why I point out your Undertale cringe is because genuinely what you were doing was 10 times worse than anything Kiana ever drew. But yet you sat here and used her cringe, quote unquote, as justification to call her a terrible person or to mock her. But when I do it to you, suddenly it's bullying even though you're a grown adult? No. If that is the energy you want to put out into the world, be prepared to have that same energy thrown back at you. Because that's what I do. I will literally mirror somebody's criticism right back at them. This is why people don't like me, because I put a mirror. I'll act exactly like them, and that's why people don't fucking like me, because I make them force this, watch themselves talk. And that's how I know you people fucking hate yourselves and you can't face me. Because when I act like you are scared. That should tell you something of how badly you people have been acting. If I'm scaring you or I'm making you feel bad, this is what you've been doing to everyone else. And soon enough, I have to teach someone else that very same lesson in the next video I'm gonna fucking post. They preached the shit, yet they did it themselves. So I'm gonna have to act the way they did to get them to understand exactly how much that hurts people. Because doesn't matter how much I explain it verbally, no one seems to get it until I point that same criticism right back at them. And then suddenly, oh, Laka's being mean. No, I'm being like you. But you can't handle it because you know for a fact you have no leg to stand on. If you don't like the fire, maybe don't cook in the fucking kitchen, sweetheart. I'm not a dick until you act like one. Ask anyone. I'm only a bitch when you treat me like one. I'm only a bitch when I see you treat others like one. If you don't like that energy being matched, don't fucking put that energy out. I think that's pretty understandable. That's why I'm just angry. I see this behavior everywhere now. It's like, oh, I can treat you like shit, but don't you dare criticize me, motherfucker. If you are going to harm people, I'm going to yell at you. Because if you're yelling at those kids, I'm going to yell at you. Don't like it? Maybe don't do it yourself. I'll be nice to you if you're being nice. Like, if you made a genuine mistake, I'll be nice to you. You can ask people I've talked to recently who were like, I talked to Icy Hazard recently. I talked to her. You can ask her. Didn't yell at her once. Not even once. Didn't yell at her, didn't belittle her, didn't berate her. I just went, you were a kid, you were tricked, you didn't know better, it's okay. Because when you make a mistake, I'm not going to gun for you. When you do something deliberately, that's when I'm coming for you. When you make a deliberate choice, that's when I say something. If it's a mistake, the worst I'm going to do is like, dude, you really shouldn't have done that. Like, what are you doing? That's the worst I'm going to do. This wasn't a mistake, Pockets. This was deliberate choices where you were hurting these children. Where you people have doxed these children. Where you caused harm to these children. Where you nearly killed some of these children. And then you want people to be nice? The least I can do is call you cringe. You don't like that energy? Don't put it out. Don't call Kiana cringe when you yourself have drawn the most cringiest shit I've ever goddamn seen, and you were well within your adulthood. Normally I don't care for cringe. Literally, I watch My Little Pony Infection AUs. Because I love artists of all ages and sizes making wonderful and amazing arts in different alternate realities. What I don't like is when artists belittle other artists for stupid and insignificant bullshit and treat them lesser for it and justify harming them over it. And that's what you people did to Kiana. She drew Undertale. Oh, she's a terrible person. Oh, she has to have people in the Undertale fandom disassociate because we perceive her to be a bad person. Okay. Hopeless Romantic, you're in the Undertale fandom. I can pull up your fucking comics. I could pull up the Ruby comics too. I could pull them all up. Did you like it when everyone was laughing at you for that? Did you like it? No. Then why was that acceptable for you? That's my style of criticism. If you think it's okay to do that, then it's okay for me to do it. And if you don't like it, be surprised and act like, oh, I'm the devil for that. Here's a hint. Maybe don't do that yourself. I only mimic the behaviors you deem acceptable. If you think it's acceptable to yell at somebody, I'm going to yell at you. If you think it's acceptable to belittle somebody, I'm going to belittle you. If you preach about trying to help others, I'm going to look at you and judge you genuinely on that when you do something. If you made your entire career off of quote-unquote criticism, don't be surprised when you are criticized yourself. But the second I actually hold you people to the candle fire, most of you flee or change your usernames and pretend like none of this ever happened. You're not the heroes in the story. You're the villains. And I'm not the hero either. I'm a piece of shit too. But because like, I don't like how sometimes I act in these, but I do it because I'm trying to get you to understand what you were doing was harmful and it hurts. Because I want you to understand that pain yourself to get you actually, reflect and change. Because if I were to just explain why this is harmful, you people don't understand me. And that's the problem. When I try to be nice and explain the problem, you guys don't take it seriously. You don't understand the severity. But when I make you experience that same kind of pressure, suddenly you do. And suddenly I'm a bad guy. Suddenly it's wrong. Punky didn't like it when I gave her the same energy back towards her. You know why? Because you people genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. The criticisms you give and the energy you give, if given back to you, you would crumble immediately, and proof is just literally Levi and Punky alone. So if you don't want to be treated like shit, don't treat others like shit. You want people to respect you? Give that respect. Otherwise, why the fuck should I be nice to you? You already made it known that it's okay to be a bitch. Makes me want to... Yeah, they haven't stopped. They haven't stopped. Because I'm fairly certain that pedos must die persons in some... like that account I called out on Twitter might be associated. I don't know if it's them or not, but I'm fairly confident something's going on there. Because they contacted Kiana. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I get a heart attack when I get text messages. Because it's people giving me updates, especially since I'm arranging a funeral right now. It's me just having a little mini heart attack. I'm sorry. Like, I've lost quite a few people in the last few months, so... And I haven't said anything because I don't want to make people upset. Because, personal stuff. But if you don't want people to treat you like dirt, you shouldn't have treated others like dirt. You only get the same energy and respect back you give. I treat everyone exactly as the respect they've given me. I talk to people like in a blunt way because they've talked to me in a blunt way. I only do what you say basically have done as acceptable. And you showed it was acceptable to bring up somebody's past, those cringy images, and laugh at it. But yet you want to sit here and act like Kiana is like the devil. You're not different, Pockets. You're the same person. You're cringe. You're cringe. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with being cringe. But when you preach that you are better and this person is bad for said cringe, I'm going to be like, ha ha, you cringe too. Lol, 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 lol. And then suddenly, oh, I'm evil. I'm not evil. I'm treating you the same way you treat others. Don't like it? Don't do it. That's my motto. Don't like it? Don't do it.
So how is it our fault that she left DA? She keeps saying that the haters and harassers made her leave. Nobody.
Seriously, nobody did. She did that to herself. You literally told her she needs to stop doing art and to leave DeviantArt because she's not improving and she was manipulative and all that kind of shit. I remember that. Stop it. The fucking gaslighting. Knock it off. This video is proof enough alone that when she left DVA, you went to her fucking associates and spread that she was this homewrecker and stuff, but we don't want her to leave. Then what's the point of doing that? Why isolate her? Why tell her she's not a real artist because she's using a Mino? She's not on a real art website. She just wants people to kiss. What does that do? What does that genuinely do for her? What does that do for anybody? You are grown adults acting like children. Why should I respect you?
You told her to leave? Nobody asked her to leave. All that was asked of her was to improve her art style and her attitude towards others.
To prove her art style? What the fuck does that mean, bitch? Prove her art style and prove herself to others. Bitch, she was 16. She didn't need to prove jack and or shit to you and your grown-ass motherfucking friends. She had the right to exist in that space with or without your approval, and the fact you thought yourself that highly that you were entitled to that shows how much of an egotistical bitch you are. Back the fuck off. She was a child. She didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve to be doxxed or any of that. How the fuck is she... Oh, she needs to prove herself to us. Why? So you can dox her? So you can belittle her trauma? So you can blame her for being groomed? Fuck you, Pockets, and your fake-ass accent. Fuck you, Hopeless. And your fake-ass persona, too.
I mean, the only reason we did that is so you wouldn't feel so badly about yourself, about everything.
So why the living fuck, then, did you make an hour-long video comparing her to fucking Christian? Why did you fucker say in that video she was a home-wrecking whore? Why the fuck did you dox her? Why the fuck did you bring up this abusive motherfucker and said he had the right to fake his own suicide to get away from her? Don't act like you care. You aren't trying to help her. How the fuck does that help anybody? Sit here with that fake-ass smile. Fake-ass southern accent. Fake-ass fucking bitch. I hate fake-ass bitches. I'm tired of it. I'm just being upfront. I won't come after people who genuinely make a mistake. I won't come after people who genuinely are just like, yeah, I was in a situation and I fucked up. I'm sorry. And, the behavior shows like, they weren't aware of that stuff. Like, Icy's a good example. She was manipulated. She had no idea what was going on. You can ask her. I didn't bite her head off. Not once. Didn't harass her, didn't call her evil, didn't say she like fucking needs to leave the internet. None of that. I said she made a mistake. She realized her mistake. She made a video apologizing, especially for other situations that like were unrelated to this thing. She addressed it, she acknowledged it, and she's improving from it. That's why I respect Icy. No one had to tell her to do that. She did that on her own. She didn't have to. She was a 16-year... she was a child when this shit was happening, when people were manipulating her. She was she was a child. But she still did it. She still apologized. She still came to me, even before the videos released, both mine and Jar's, and apologized to me. She didn't have to do that. But she did, because she still realized her actions could have caused harm, even if she was manipulated. Because she genuinely wanted to help people. Not all the time. Some of those situations she admits she was being a dickhole. But you want to know something? She admitted it, she tried to fix it, and she's trying to apologize to the people she's hurt. She's even planning to apologize to more people. Even for stuff... Like, when I sat with her and discussed it, turns out, she didn't really even do anything that... She didn't even do anything bad in that situation besides have, a bad opinion. She wasn't evil, but she still did the right thing. She didn't go, I was in a dark place. She went, I fucked up. I hurt you, and I'm sorry. That wasn't right of me to do. I know I was in a group of people and I felt it was acceptable, but it wasn't, and I'm sorry. The fact that Icy, who is younger than all of you, who was manipulated by you people, was able to do that, and none of you are able to, tells me everything I need to know. That's why I have no issues with her. She made a genuine mistake. She was manipulated and lied to, and in these situations, like, I understand. She didn't do all this. She didn't make ED pages. She didn't dox anybody. Her worst crime was terrible, shitty opinions. And saying words she shouldn't have said. But she apologized, and she grew. Because she's an actual adult. And I respect that. I don't respect this falsitude. I don't respect this false shit. And even then, like, Icy's, like, still worried, like, eventually I'm gonna yell at her and stuff. And I'm like, why? You haven't, like, you apologized, right? Yeah? You weren't aware of what they were doing as well, right? Yeah. So, why would I yell at you? Like, she's scared of me. And I'm just like, I literally have no reason to go after you. Do you hurt children? No. Do you abuse people? No. Do you do anything harmful at all? I hope not. Then why would why would we have problems? Like, at first, like, when she came to me with the apology, I didn't trust her because I thought she was still, like, associated with the group, but she genuinely didn't know what they were doing. That's the difference. That's the difference. It's like situations like that where you weren't aware, like, you didn't see, she didn't know the stuff that was going on fully behind the scenes. She didn't know this, and this. She didn't know you people were doxing people. She didn't know you guys writing the ED pages. She didn't know about all this shit. She didn't know you people crippled me. She didn't know about anything. Those are people I give graces to. You didn't know. You were wrapped up in situations. You contributed to it negatively still, and you apologized. That's fine. You realized a mistake, you apologized, and you're trying to be better. That's fine. None of you people are doing that. You people couldn't even give Jar a decent apology. And Jar is probably the most willing to hear you out for an apology out of every one of us. I'm just being upfront with that. He was willing to even, like, platform your guys. Like, he platformed, I think, Muse's and Yuki's apologies in his video. He's the most willing to platform you for your apologies. I'm fairly certain of that. He was the most willing. Hell, when Levi posted her apology originally, he forgave her simply because she said sorry at all. Until I pointed out she didn't actually say sorry to him. And then he's like, I retract my statement. He was the most willing. And you couldn't even give him a proper apology. That tells me everything I need to know. Right there. He was the most willing to hear you out. And you couldn't even do that right. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Stacks. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. But let's resume the excuse fest of why they're justifying harassing a literal child to the point that she actually now has depression as a result of it. Let's hear the justification.
You make yourself feel bad over everything. So when people give you solutions, you don't like it.
Your solutions were literally telling her she was a home-wrecking whore. How is that a solution? What is the solution there, Pockets? Oh, sorry, Hopeless Romantic. I keep accidentally using your alt. Sorry for using your alias that you want to hide with. just, oh my God. The gaslighting. Immediate gaslighting. Like, oh, you're misremembering. Oh, that's like, we gave you solutions. No. You literally, like, I reviewed that entire hour-long video, even though I was in a delirious state from my fucking medications because I was dealing with multitude of infections at the time. Thank God I survived that, but, like, holy shit, one of the medications nearly killed me. But you people like to portray yourselves as these heroes, but when we look at what the actions genuinely were, you're not. You're like, oh, we're trying to give you solutions. How is it a solution to threaten to hurt her? Like, how is it a solution to threaten, literally, like, I remember people were threatening to hurt her physically. Like, you know, smack this, like, slap her and all this kind of shit. Like, literally drawing art of themselves beating up Kiana's character and shit like that. How does that help? How does it help to tell a grooming victim that, you know, she was the home wrecking whore? How does that help? You're mad at me not because I'm a bad person. You're mad at me because I'm right. And you can't accept that. So, cope harder. Because I don't care what you genuinely think, all of you little motherfuckers. I know you're still going behind the scenes, still having people in all these fucking corners of the ACC shit-talking me. Don't think I don't know. Stay mad. Because you deserve to have me live rent-free in your heads. Stay mad. Because you're terrible people and you know it. You just don't want to accept it because you people can't handle the real solution is you guys getting therapy, getting offline, and getting better lives. Because you people don't deserve careers. You built your foundations off the people's literal suffering. If you actually give a shit about these kids, which you don't, you would have left and been respectful in that and not come back. Because you guys can't handle the power when it's given to you because you would abuse an actual child for your own reasons and purposes. I don't respect that.
You know, every rant made on her to be hate and only that. Despite the fact that she never heard half of what we said. Actually, no. The best.
Yep, she never heard anything. We worked so hard on so much for change. Do I need to pull up that fucking video and just skim around to see the quote-unquote help again? Do I need to keep looping over and over again, saying the same fucking shit? That wasn't help. Blaming a grooming victim for being groomed isn't helping. Blaming her for this abusive motherfucker. Literally, her ex, that rando motherfucker, swung the fact he would kill himself in front of Kiana unless she cut herself. And she did to prevent him from killing himself. And then he faked his own suicide. And he admitted it just to fucking hurt her like the fucking sociopath he is. And you fucking congratulated him for that, saying, oh, he did the right thing. You congratulated her fucking abuser for damaging her. For causing her to hurt herself. You're not the hero, sweetheart. This help, if this is help, what is harming your eyes? That's my genuine fear. If this is you helping, what is you hurting look like? I don't even think I want to know.
Part is, she claimed that the rants were full of lies, and she never watched any of them.
Yes, Kim, they're all lies. Girl, I watched all of them. The fuck, yeah, they were. Like, fucking Kiana must be Nostradamus, because, yeah, she was right. She never watched any of them. We worked so hard. Why would she watch, like, I'm going to tell you this. You people can't even sit through my streams. Because I know you guys literally have a literal translator to write down and nitpick every fucking thing. Because I've been told directly that by fucking Punky. That's exactly what you guys have been doing. Because that's what she's been doing too. And you guys have been literally doing that. So you wouldn't have to sit through my videos. Because you can't stand to sit through me yelling at you and telling you as it is that you guys fucked up. So I don't get why you saying Kiana's a bad person here. You guys can't even handle when that shit's done to you. I mean, if an hour and a half of ranting and explaining of what you did is lies, then I don't even know what kind of logic you think it is. If what you guys did is criticism, then what I'm doing right now is basically a video essay. You can't claim this video is harassment now, because if that video where you were blaming her for being groomed was you helping her, then what I'm doing right now is just making a fucking video essay trying to give you counseling by that same logic. You can't even complain because you have objectively done worse. And you're lying and you're gaslighting your audience like, oh, that video was actually really good. Even though Melody's part, everyone was even under the commentary fucking, blinding that somehow happens in this place, they were even able to point out Melody's struggle was just not getting attention on the internet. Wow. That was so helpful to be told that Kiana's anxiety is not real because Melody over here doesn't get people telling her art's good all the time at all, and she has to struggle to get any form of approval or criticism, despite the fact she's in a group where people are apparently so eager to criticize that they made not one, but how many hour-long videos on Akai Delia alone? 17? Minimum? Yeah. I can see why she didn't watch them. Why would I watch it from a group of people that weren't genuinely having my best interests at heart? Why would I?
So all that hard work wasn't even heard, huh? All our words never heard? Can't someone just tell this girl that the rants aren't made of hate, but to help her? Girl, that the rants aren't made of hate, but to help her. And
Sorry, I put it on 2 times speed because Pocket's fake accent makes her talk very slowly. It drives me insane.
Never watched any of them. So all that hard work wasn't even heard, huh? All our words never heard? Can't someone just tell this girl that the rants aren't made of hate, but to help her?
Pockets, I want you to genuinely point into any point in that fucking hour-long, that fucking atrocity that Hannah made, and tell me a one genuine point of genuinely helpful criticism. One. I will wait. One. Because I can't name one thing in that fucking video that was genuinely helpful towards her. And I made 2 live streams watching that shit. 2. I can't name one fucking thing. So I want you to name something. If they are meant to help her, point it out. Point out where any of that was helpful. How saying she's not actually depressed was helpful. How spying on her and making fun of her mental breakdown was helpful. Tell me how that was helpful. Tell me how saying that she's not actually depressed, that she's lying about her autism was helpful, Pockets. Tell me, how was it helpful? I'll wait. You know where to find me.
Hot damn. Her excuses ranging from, let's see, people expect me to listen to them, but nobody listens to me. Or, I'm not a robot, I can't draw 24/7, I'm not perfect with my artwork. Or, other artists do the exact same thing I do, but I always get the hate. Or, I see simply freaking scribbles on the featured page and getting more followers, I just don't get it. Well, I work many hours on my art, and they are done in minutes. That's said word from word on her new account. Why are you making yourself sound... Actually, no.
She said this again a while back, like really putting other people down on the site, don't you? You literally said that this wasn't an art site. Like, oh my god, I can't get featured once. Well, people of 8-day member did. Is it just bad luck? I have a habit of doubting myself, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit down. I'm also a bit salty for personal reasons, but as promised, schedule I posted here. Here's a work in progress. Because she feels disillusioned as an artist that, like, she's drawing really well, but these, like, someone that joined 8 days ago is able to get on the front page. This was before she found out, like, this stuff was random. Which, let me tell you something. People on Twitter feel this all the time. There are people that get famous on Twitter who literally draw stick figure comics. While there's people on Twitter that literally can recreate the Mona Lisa in MS Paint and barely get any attraction. It's called being disillusioned. That happens as an artist, especially when you work hard and you don't get any recognition. She's not evil for feeling that way. This is a common artist thing. She's not a bad person for feeling like, I'm trying really hard, but I'm not getting anywhere. What are they doing right that I'm not? That happens to all artists at some point. Even I felt that way. When I was a younger Sonic artist, like, popular Sonic OCs at the time, genuinely, one of them was Amy Rose with glasses. And I sat there and I went, how did you get popular and claim that this character was your OC when it's literally just Amy Rose with glasses? But, like, when I make this OC that actually is a genuinely original looking thing, I get no attention. And it's because, like, there's different levels of, like, people get lucky. There's popularity. They know people. Like, is it a healthy mindset? No, it's not. It genuinely is just setting yourself up for failure for stuff like that. Comparing yourself to other artists actually hinders your ability to draw, and it actually can slow down your art progress. The best thing to do is to learn their anatomy, learn their style, and learn how to, like, if you like their style, like, learn how to draw it, study it. And find a way to incorporate it into your art like every other artist. Not because of popularity reasons, but because you like the art. People learn eventually over time. Like, all this stuff you're saying right now is genuinely, like, she's right. Because, yeah, there's tons of other artists that do exactly what Kiana, Akai, and Princess Elizabeth did, but none of you ever called them out. The biggest person in the Sonic fandom at that time with a female OC was Purity the Hedgehog, aka Becky the Hedgehog. And if you don't know who she is, she literally coined the term whore hog because her character literally sleeps with every character imaginable. She is infamous in the Sonic community for drawing and being a part of that much Sonic porn with all the main cast and even fan characters and other fucking series. Is she a bad person for it? No. But this is the problem. Like, I can understand why, like, Kiana feels that way. Like this, there are people that have done way worse than anything Kiana, Akai, and even Princess Elizabeth ever created. Not a word. But it's them. And I know why. Because you can't go after Purity because she's not a disabled child. She doesn't have a disability. She wasn't at the lowest point in her life. And she has a lot of popularity and people that genuinely would kick your ass if you said anything because you're fucking cowards. Because that's the reason why you didn't go after Jaltoid as well. Because they had 500,000 subscribers at the time, and you knew goddamn well if you said the shit you were going to say calling them pedophiles, that wouldn't have flown at all. That's why you had to do the little fucking alt accounts to bully Doopy Do-Over. Because you're so much of fucking cowards, you had to bully they had to bully a grooming victim. Because your people are sick in the head. And then you did it under the disguise of like, oh, like, she was drawing inappropriate stuff of Miku. Motherfucker, the people who make music videos of Miku make inappropriate stuff of Miku. Why was Doopy targeted? Oh, I know, because fucking she was associated with Jaltoid, who was associated with Akai. Because you people don't actually care about these things. You just want to say you're morally superior to justify bullying another person because you feel insignificant in comparison. You are criticizing Kiana for the very thing you did yourself to Akai and many others. Because this is literally what you guys get upset at Akai for. You view her art as scribbles and shit. Because I remember this. When you guys made videos on Akai, you said her art was shit in comparisons to Hannah, but yet Hannah was less popular than Akai, and you didn't understand why. Here's why. Because Akai wasn't an unlikable cunt. That's why. She actually put the effort. She tried her best. But you went after Akai because you knew and you saw a perfect opportunity when she had emotionally instability to just slip on in. Because you're snakes. You can't handle fighting like fully able adults. I'm sorry, what happened with Doopy? If you don't know, Doopy Do-Over. You know from Planet Dolan, the blonde-haired girl that had a white bow? They harassed her on Tumblr. They harassed her using alt accounts and even created her ED page as well. Noticing a pattern? But yeah, if you look on Doopy Do-Over's ED page, you'll actually see Jaltoid, and they're claiming like they were distributing porn to minors on their Patreon. I'm not joking. And yeah, they were the ones behind the harassment campaign towards Doopy Do-Over back a couple years ago, because what happened was Doopy Do-Over made an NSFW account called Kitten Bell, which she still uses to this day, but now she's an OnlyFans girl. Get your bag, sweetie. Do whatever you want. Like that. Like if that's how you get your money, get your money. I'm not going to judge. But she posted an image of Miku with a leak. And this was used as the justification to go after Doopy Do-Over even further, because they were already harassing her, because Doopy, like what the group would do was whenever somebody would post art of Dalton or Emmy from Jaltoid, they would harass them trying to paint it like, oh, their fandom is so crazy. This is why I theorize that the fucking harassing comments that were telling me to kill myself during the Kiana situation were actually from them, because this is what they do to Doopy Do-Over. I'm sorry, Jaltoid. This is what they do to them. They made these alt accounts to make it seem like these people were like fanatical, and they would attack anyone that made like fan art of like Doopy or Emmy separated, because like, you know, Doopy and Emmy don't like that. They don't like them separated. So they would make these alt accounts to attack those artists, and that's what led them to Doopy. Doopy is friends with Jaltoid, and they were making a gift, and they posted like one of the chibis early for the gift, which was of Dalton, and that's when the harassment began. And they started harassing her to the point that she removed the image, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, but now because she was in their sights, just like everyone else they've ever harassed, when Doopy posted that image of Miku, they called her a pedophile. They harassed her to the point that she literally had a mental breakdown. And like she explained parts of like her story, because Doopy Do-Over, when I watched the Honeycast, because I was looking into this situation, I can't find the podcast anymore, but I remember it was still up. It was with her, Jesse, Emmy, and Dalton. Doopy was explaining that she was an assault, like she had been sexually assaulted when she was 5 years old, which caused her to be hypersexual. And she, you know, she's an actual grooming victim. And she was very hurt by people calling her a pedophile, because she literally has experienced that. So these people in response basically doubled down and harassed her more, to the point that like she had to make an entirely separate account so she wouldn't get harassed anymore. And it's not long after that the ED page popped up, where, tell me if you heard this one before. It claimed that she was a transvestite and a pedophile, gave her full information, and then had Doopy and then had Jaltoid a claim of them being creeps in there as well. Why does that sound so familiar to the Axolano page? Tell me. Why does that sound familiar? Because it's what they've done. Because I know it's them, because they told me they were the creators behind the Jaltoid crap thing when I was talking to them. They're the ones that told me they were keeping an eye on Jaltoid. Like I mentioned this in like a previous stream. Like they were harassing anyone, and they had to do it more behind the scenes with Jaltoid and Doopy Do-Over, because they were so popular at the time. It's gross. Like that. Like it's fucking gross. Yeah, it seems to be a... Yeah, the transphobia seems to comment. Yes, it is. Doopy's not trans either, by the way. They literally just called her a transvestite because they said she looked weird as a child. I'm dead serious. So, yeah, like, these people like to LARP, but genuinely, if they even admitted they couldn't talk about that publicly when I was, like, years ago when I was talking to him, when I found out about the Jaltoid situation. Like, that's, like years ago. I didn't know to the depth. I didn't know they were harassing them. I just knew they were observing them. And they were like, yeah, we can't make a video publicly because they have 500,000 subscribers talking about it. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Keep in mind, I had no idea about any of this until I researched years later into the evidence docket that fucking Levi started deleting not that long after I asked her about it. Well, not when I think it was harsh to ask, but literally I was watching Levi in real time delete evidence from that Jaltoid folder that they had since 2013. Literally gigabytes of shit they had stalked Emmy's Facebook page, gotten pictures of her, like literally selfies of her in the mirror saying she feels proud of herself for losing some weight because she had a lot of body positivity issues because she was bullied in school for being overweight. They had Facebook posts of Emmy expressing anger for being mistreated for being overweight when she was a child. Like, they try to use that as justification of, like, Emmy being capable of this fucking fake harassment campaign that they claimed was them. Oh, what's this? It ain't much, but sending love, Lock. Please try to go ahead and take care of yourself. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Like, to me as a child, that's awful. Yeah. And I'm not lying. You can go to Encyclopedia Dramatica right now. Go through the history. Go to the first iterations of that page because you can look through the history of the edits. Go to the first one. They claim she was a transvestite. Straight up. They claim she was a transvestite. It's still there. They've been harassing people for years. Years. They just didn't do that one publicly because they fucking knew they would get their ass beat. So they had to do it with alt accounts on Tumblr. The same shit they did to Vivian. Same fucking shit. I thank God I fucking still had that fucking media fire shit of Jaltoid stuff because I remember as a kid, because the reason why I was told that information was because I had actually commissioned Jaltoid a sketch of my Mask Girl character around that time. And I was so excited. I went to them and I was like, look at this. This is cool, right? And they were like, should we tell Laka? Should we tell them? I think we should tell them. Tell me what? And that's why I had that. That's why I had the media fire, which Levi's admitted in our notes. Yeah, that was the Jaltoid media fire folder that she had. Like, so yeah, they were stalking Jaltoid for years, and Doopy just became another person, guilt by association, that they used to justify and harass her. So they harassed a literal grooming victim, literally because she was associated with Emmy, who was associated with Akai. It's fucking gross. But, you know, they're just trying to help people, guys. They're totally helping people by doing stuff like that. I don't know how, but they are, I guess. Unless it benefits him. You can't get worse. Oh, yeah. It's tiring.
You sound so humble there. By saying that those who don't draw as well as she does deserve less love than she. Not to mention begging for attention.
Holy fuck. Let's see. 60 new messages. Oh, this is begging for attention? She's saying thank you for all the love. My God. I'm not even from America and I have the ability to read. Hopeless Romantic, do you have the ability to read? I don't think you do. Like, illiteracy is an epidemic. Please, please, please take up a reading class. Please, for your benefit and your sanity and your intelligence. Because you're as dumb as a box of rocks, sweetie. Holy shit.
For these features on this app, and then bragging about it when you do get them. Not, just being humble about it. No, she would turn around saying she don't.
This app's, oh fucking hell. I put it on 2x speed. This is my fault. Because Levi's editing is dog shit, so they have like so much dead space. So I have to put it on 2x speed to get it rid of. This app sucks, but thanks for the feature on this piece of shit app, Desu. You people are fucking weird. Keep in mind, like, Kiana, they're putting these out of order as well because Kiana didn't know the feature thing was random, and then when she figured out it was random, she stopped caring about it. We discussed that in part 1 of this series. But she's not even saying that. She's talking about a comic in here. It also got featured as one of the videos with original scenes. Audio, thank you. Have a good tastic good day. Stay creatively fresh. She's talking about a YouTube video. She's literally talking about a YouTube video. This is not even like... Thanks for the feature. I'm still learning to use the right. She didn't even say the app sucked. What the You people have problems. Oh my god.
You know, just being humble about it. No, she would turn around saying she don't care when someone says congratulations.
Up here's the message, literally proving like the time, like June 11th. This was like a few weeks after the first one you showed. Thank you. The feature system's kind of random, so I don't care as much if I get featured. Doesn't mean she can't appreciate when she does, what she did just a second ago with the video. Just, this is such a non-issue to harp on. Like, who cares about her personal opinion of getting featured or not? Is it hurting anybody? Is it? No? Who cares?
I'm sorry, but that sounds childish. Every time you complain, you get a feature. Just take what you got.
Her most recent post. I love how they say it's her most recent post, but they literally crop out, unlike the other ones, her icon and the date. Yeah, her most recent post. Yeah, I'm totally going to believe this is also her too. Fuck off. No. Can I say how much of a bitch you're sounding again with the features? Fuck off and get over it. Alright, let's assume this is her and not just them making up a bunch of bullshit. Let's say this was actually her most recent post, as the other posts were out of order. So, like, as I explained in the last stream, let's assume this is her. She's explaining how... This is her explaining, then she's trying to get more members for her group, for her club. And all the features are going to people that just barely joined, barely put in that effort, and she's not getting promoted even though she's putting hours into these things that are meant to promote that group. She feels invisible. First it's random, now it's from a at and still nothing. Beck, even my fresh clan agrees on me. It's really like, what the bleep? They're trying to recruit people for their clan and they can't get attention for it. She's not saying the other people are bad. She's frustrated. She's working so much to promote this shit and it's getting nowhere. Even assuming if this is her, like, this is her most recent post, this is nothing bad. She's not sounding like a bitch. She's frustrated because, like, let's assume this is her still. She's worked for hours on a piece to try to get people to join her clan, and it's not getting posted or gaining any traction despite the system no longer being random but being based off of hashtags. And now there are people who barely spend any time getting promoted, and now it isn't random, and she still can't get on the feature page to promote this clan that she's working hard to assemble. Which can be frustrating, especially if you're trying to play games with somebody and form a clan. Like, people do that all the time where they promote their clans and they get frustrated because it's like, bro, we need more members because I want to do this mission with, like, but I need more people to help. Like, people do this in video games all the time. She's not a bitch. She's literally also just a kid. So, okay, if she's even a bit, again, what harm does this do? Who is she harming? Who? Because you're saying, like, earlier in this video you said Amino's not an art app. So is she actually hurting anybody for asking for, like, being able to promote her clan then? Is she taking that attention away from anyone then? Because you even said yourself this is not a real art website. So who does this hurt? You even said this is not a real art website, so Kiana going on here is kind of stupid. So these people, by the same logic, like, why should we care that their art's also on here as well if this is not a place for real artists, quote unquote? Like, I'm using your logic right now. I'm not understanding. She's literally damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. She just wants to promote her clan to play a fucking video game, dude. Leave her the fuck alone.
And be happy. Ay.
I don't give a shit of how you're not getting featured. Your attitude explains it all that you do care. Get over yourself. How does this help her improve, you fucking cunts? Literally less than a minute ago, you said, we're here to help you improve and grow. How does saying, I don't give a shit, get over yourself, help her improve as a person? How does this help? This is not criticism. Jesus Christ, this is so dumb. So fucking dumb. What is she genuinely supposed to do? Literally, they put Kiana in a situation, if she complains at all, she's bad. She doesn't complain, she's on a site that's not actually meant for artists, and she's just trying to hide from criticism. She goes back to DeviantArt. Oh, she's an attention whore. She leaves DeviantArt. Oh, she's just scared of people that give her real critique. She is fucked in every version of this situation. You have given her no way to grow. You've given her nothing and no way to win. This is not criticism. You are just harassing her. This is why I say that. There is no room for her to grow. Everything she does is a flaw. That is not helpful. You are being dicks. This is not criticism. None of this right here is criticism. This is harmful, unsolicited shit that is harmful to artists. I'm glad that you're out of the community, because if I see you treating another artist like this again, I'm shoving my foot up your ass. This is disgusting behavior. How dare you treat another artist like this, let alone a child who's autistic?
The worst thing is, she didn't do this just once, but twice. The second time, she announced she wasn't even into the fandom anymore, but into Undertale. Complaining she doesn't get enough followers and all this shit. That's really unfair of you to say and boost your...
Show us the evidence, please. If you're claiming it, I would like to see it, because all the other screenshots so far have proven that is not what fucking happened. So please, Miss Romantic, give me the evidence. I don't care for your view on the matter. I want evidence. Please and thank you.
Own skills, Kiana. Just because you want a feature every time you do something, and you put more hours. Get over yourself.
So we're not going to get any evidence. Great. Just make up shit saying stuff happened that never happened. Wonderful. I love that. I love when commentaries do that. I would understand if it was a personal situation. That would mean you have to expose Discord screenshots that you may not have permission to do. I get that. But you're talking about public comments. You were able to show her apparently, quote unquote, being an ungrateful bitch and the other thing. But you're not going to show her saying she's not a part of that fandom anymore and being a bitch to them and this Undertale nonsense. You're not even going to prove that. Pockets, I will show your Undertale dubs again. I will do it. Don't think I won't. They're funny because I get to torture people with them and it's quite hilarious. I will do it again. Because again, if you're going to treat her like shit for this kind of thing, I will do the same to you. Because I have a feeling you're about to call her cringe for Undertale again. And if I hear that, we are going straight back to the comic dubs. I will go back there because I know you have more. I know it's more than Undertale. I'll do it. Don't you fucking dare, Pockets. If the next sentence out of your mouth is calling her cringe for drawing Undertale shit and telling her to leave that fandom, I will pull it up. Don't think I won't. I'll fucking do it. We are literally judging thumbnails for that kind of shit later on today, so don't test me. Don't do it. I'll fucking do it. I'll make you look like a dick. And I don't care if I look like a dickhole with you. It makes it even funnier.
But the absolute worst thing she has done on this app is it goes back to my old rant of her not giving a shit for her fans who genuinely care for her art. She promised people free requests, but never gave it to them.
Gasp. Free art, and she didn't give them free art that didn't benefit her in any way to give them that? Literally, they're saying that's her worst crime. Keep in mind, they called her a home-wrecking whore, but her worst crime is just not giving free art when she said she would give free art. Motherfucker, do they pay bills? Do you pay bills? Romantic. Do you pay bills? Do you actually have a job? Do you actually work? Are you a functional member of society? I want to know. I want to know because Kiana literally around this time was trying to get a job to make money to be self-sustaining because she was in a rocky relationship with her mother at the time. She was in a very unstable and volatile situation that she couldn't financially rely upon her mother to do many different things. Why in the living fuck would her priority be to finish requests when she's in that kind of situation? She needs to be able to go to job interviews. What do you think that costs? Pockets? Miss Romantic. What do you think that costs? Money. Where is she going to get that money? Commissions. What's going to be put to the wayside? Is it going to be the commissions or is it going to be the request? Which, by the way, she actually did end up doing them, so thanks for lying to your audience yet again. She's going to put aside the request because they don't fucking pay her. Oh my god, she didn't draw the request. She sent them to him in DMs privately. I know, because I asked. And I asked to see some of the images, and I did. Woo. It's almost like 2 seconds of research could have prevented you from saying something factually untrue, but you don't objectively care, so why am I even saying anything? You don't care if Kiana's surviving, improving, etc. Because when she got a job, none of you gave a shit she was actually trying to get a job and improve, despite your hour-long video saying she was basically a bum. You genuinely say you want to help her. How does any of this help her? Oh, we just want you to improve, but you're a terrible person for not doing those free requests. Bitch, they're free requests. She has the right to even cancel them if she wants to. They're free. It's her art. She doesn't have to draw shit if she doesn't want to. The only time she has to is if it's like a financial exchange, and she can break that contract just by refunding the money, and she'll owe them nothing. The only time she would have to do something is an exchange of goods, and that's it. There is no goods being exchanged here. She can deny the request at any time. It's her fucking art. Shut up. Not everyone draws every request they've ever been asked to do. God forbid.
She made promises on several occasions to do free sketches and icons if she reached 100 watchers. But then it became 200 watchers. But now, it's nothing. She's gotten over 300.
As of right now, she hasn't done anything about it, just focused to get famous and drawing skeletons, comparing dicks. They brought up the Undertale! Ah, here we go. Do I need to pull out the Undertale dick? Do I need this? Hold on. Get milk. Get the milk. Do I need to pull up? Do I need to pull up Hopeless Romantic's porn of Undertale? Do I need to pull it up? Because I will. Comparing dick size. You should not be using this language in front of a child, for one. Two, they're not comparing dick sizes. They're comparing pecs. Oh my god. You're saying this towards a child. You fucking freaks. Oh god. Do I need to pull up Hopeless Romantics porn? Do I need to pull that up? Because if this is the worst you got in Kiana drawing Undertale and they're saying, oh, they're comparing dick sizes, do I actually need to pull up the time where, like, Hopeless was talking, having Undertale art that was talking about those characters' dicks? Do I need to pull it up? Because I will. Cringe. Do not preach when you yourself have done worse. For fuck's sake, please don't. Unless you've learned the lesson, do not preach. She literally drew a stripper AU of two children from Ruby. That's right. Well, I can't show the porn because it's YouTube. I can't show the porn because it's YouTube. She shipped children with their principal. I'm going to church, guys. We're pulling up the Undertale dubs again. We're pulling them up. We're finding the more pornographic ones now that I can show on YouTube. You know the one I skipped over? The one with the sock on the door? We're pulling that one up. We're pulling up that dub, boys. We're pulling that one up. That's right. Get your fucking butts ready. We're pulling up that again. You want to talk about skeleton dick? Let's show skeleton dick. Let's go. Not actual skeleton dick. Just pull up the Undertale dubs. Let's pull them up. We're pulling them up. Hopeless romantic. 721. We're pulling them up again, my boys. Oh, should I look at the one that says keep yourself pure? Nah. Not. It's a wedding. Should I pull up the Tails and Amy ones? Have mercy. No, fuck you! We are watching the one we skipped. The weird one that I can show on YouTube. Because I found out I actually can't show it. I'm not going to show you the porn. But we are going to the one we skipped, boys. The one that was too cringe even for me. Where is it? Knock first. It begins, boys. It begins. You want to talk about skeleton dick? Let's talk about them skeleton dicks. Alright, let's talk about your Undertale fucking weird shit. Hopeless. You want to say that, like, you guys literally pulling up a Kiana's art saying they're comparing dicks when they're comparing abs? Which isn't even sexual at all. You want us to preach from that tower? Fine. Let's pull up the least pornographic thing I can show of your fucking Undertale stuff. Let's go. That I can show on YouTube.
First, Azriel, I was wondering what you would like on your pie. You know, I have a sock collection. Would you want to borrow one for the door?
Mom!
Oh yes, Sans comparing abs was inappropriate. But you know, Toriel asking her dead fucking son, does he want a sock on the door to fuck a girl so she doesn't walk in when they're about to bone? You know, that's fine though. That's totally fine. Cringe. This is not the worst thing I can pull up. I can pull up Hopeless's porn. I can. But I will get banned if I do, and I don't think I have enough censor bars to do that. Especially, oh god, there's some of it's really, really gross. There is more. Like the one where Azriel's... Hold on. I'm just going to stop for now. I think that's enough. I think that's enough to prove the point. Oh yeah, Kiana's comparing dicks. Who is texting me? I will kill you. With my powers of dumbassery. How dare. How dare you text me? In the middle of the stream? I will destroy you with kindness and respect. Woo! Okay, that's good information. Sorry, I got the good news. Sorry, I got good news of a situation. So I'm sorry, I went a little woo. But okay. They say they're comparing dicks. It's just them comparing ads. And he's just like, shut the fuck up. I may not be packed. I'll kick the shit out of your shins, shorty. It literally is just generic, like, dynamic banter. But Hopeless is over here having Toriel talk about putting a sock on her door so her dead goat son can fuck this human child. But that's fine, though. I love the pot calling the kettle black. Thank you. Look, I can't take that much. It's God asking, why would you do this? Yes. Why? Why indeed would I do this? Because fuck you. That's Yay for good news. All right. Give me a second. I need to drink something because when I don't drink something, I kind of get loopy. So hold on. I'm dead inside, God. Why? Why didn't you make me a frog? I could have been frog. Instead, you made me human. I could have been frog. Been happy. Been on lily pad as we spoke. Being frog. No, you gave me the gift of sentience, making me fully aware of bullshit. And now I have to live and pay taxes. You bitch. I could have been a frog, not paying taxes, but now I have taxes and now I deal with stuff like this. I could have been frog. Why not frog? I want to be a frog. I don't want to be human anymore. Make me a frog, damn it. Reverse time. Make me frog. I hate living. I hate life. Ah! Go outside, Gizmo. Give me more drink now. I demand it. Where the fuck are my drinks? My fucking Danimals! They're gone! No! No! My drinks are gone! How dare I have to drink milk? How dare? Ava drank all my drinks! No! Ah! Now I have to drink milk. Good. Milk is good. What the fuck? Your wife still love you as a frog. What the fuck are you talking about? Wait, no, you heard that. Fuck! No, shit! No, they heard my rant about the frog! No, fuck! No, they heard me talking about being a frog! Fuck! You heard nothing! Yes, it's time to dig deep into my ass. To cry more. God help us all. Well, keep going! Keep going, boys.
Andrea watches on this app, and she just magically stopped talking about it as soon as the time came for her to do shit. She made updated statuses coming up to the number, saying how close she was getting to the number. But when the number rolled around, she suddenly got too busy. Funny.
Oh, I love how fast those screenshots are going. Let's go back in time. Oh, 40 more to go, 200. That means I'll either accept an icon or sketch request. Which one would you prefer? So it wasn't even decided.
Number rolled around. She's only got 2 bits.
We're only 1 follower away before I open my sketch request slots. I wanted to go for icon, but I still had to draw your inklings fully detailed. Line art, flat art, and colored. Lazy shade effects may take a bit longer. The date is June 21st. What's the day of the other one? June 5th. So, like, she was 40 more followers to go. She hit the follower count. She was saying she was drawing them on June 21st. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. Like, have you seen the gradient effects that she has on her fucking inklings? Like, look at the icon right there. She has a gradient effect going on. Like, this shit takes a little bit to make. Like, she didn't draw him instantly. That's like, she has a reasonable time frame between those 2 posts that she may have not drawn all the requests yet. You seriously expect her to draw multiple requests within a week? Bro. What?
But when the number rolled around, she's only got 2 bits.
Number rolled around on June 21st. And we're 1 follow away before I open my sketch request slots. I wanted to go for icon, but I still had your inkling. I still had to draw your inklings. So, I misread this. So, she was 1 follow away from it. She wanted to do icon, but they had to draw them fully detailed, which may take a bit longer. So, the requests weren't even opened yet. This is what happens when I mistranslate. She's literally saying right here she wanted to do icon sketches, but it would be too overly complicated, so she's just going to open sketch requests when the 1 follower arises. So your screenshot showed she didn't even get the requests yet.
See.
I know someone told me that her college starts at the end of September, so she still has some time. Why not work on them now? Because she didn't hit her goal yet, and no one gave her the requests to draw yet. And also, college registration is a thing. And also orientation. And also financial shit, and also arrangements to make sure she can afford to go. College doesn't just start, it's a process. She has to get the books for her classes. She has to figure out the classes she needs to go and take. She needs to find out her schedule. Like, what? You people just love yapping. That's it. You just love yapping. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Funny. Very, coincidental, don't you think?
Very coincidental, don't you think? As Levi shows that college was about to start in a literal week. Oh, she still has some time. You assume her college starts in September, but she's not from America, which means she still has to figure out financial aid, classes, what she needs to take, textbooks, schedules, drive to the school for orientation and shit like that, figure out all the shit she needs to figure out, because guess what? Schools in foreign countries don't work like America. They go on a different time schedule. AK, she still could have been in school when she was typing that stuff, because here's the thing. In America, you get 3 months break. I can tell you, as someone that's not from America, we don't get 3 fucking months of summer vacation. We get, I think 2 weeks before the next semester starts. Keep in mind, I went to school not in America for some time. And I'm going to tell you this. it's America's weird. You get 3 months of summer vacation. Other countries don't do that. At least mine didn't. We got like 2 weeks. And that's it. 2 weeks in the summer, 2 weeks in winter, and I think 2 additional weeks for like around around spring. Around like February, March season. They don't get 3 whole months. She's not American. Her schooling is different. She's probably actually still in school as you're speaking right now. Because schooling in the Netherlands is different from schooling in America. Isn't school in the Netherlands free? I don't know. But that's the thing. Did anyone ask what school is she going to? Did she need to make arrangements? No one asked. No one asked Kiana for that. They just assume she has time for these sketch requests that aren't going to pay her money. Despite her, again, being in a bad situation as well at the time that she couldn't rely upon her family for financial support. So, there's a lot of questions I need to ask here. Like, she's going to college, but schooling doesn't work the same as in America. So how do they know it's in September, but not understand, like, she's probably still in school as we speak? Because schooling in foreign countries doesn't have a 3-month summer vacation. It's just 2 weeks. Like, per season. Like, 2 to 3 weeks at most. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that the coloring on, like, Pockets' hat doesn't make sense because it's really oddly reflective. Yeah, yeah, this is Hannah's art. So if you think it's weird, take it up with Hannah Fu. Like, that, she drew this. Which I don't get. The light source doesn't make sense. Because, like, it's soft in the back of the hat, but this hat has a more harsher light around the ribbon. And it's a lot, but yet, like, it's harsh enough to illuminate, like, this part, but not this part of the bow. But it illuminates the back half of the hat, but it doesn't illuminate, like, around this area, even though this part's illuminated, and that part's illuminated. So why is this part not If we were to talk about the inconsistencies with the art, we'd be here all day, because, like, the light source is, like, I don't really know. It's like here, front facing. Like, the light source is like boom, 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 boom. It's in like 7 different places. There's a front face, like you see the light source is coming from here, but the light is like here, but it's not reflective here, but it's over here. But it's not here on the hair, except for this part. But it's reflective over here. And it's reflective right there. But yet this eye is covered in shadow. But the under half is not covered in shadow. But that has what? This doesn't have an iris. Like, the art's a little wonky, I will admit.
Now, I'm trying not to get angry, but she did the same bullshit 2 or 3 years ago with her contest. She wanted 25 to 30 people to enter and refused to continue it until that number was met. And made a...
She literally was giving away a Nintendo Switch. She was giving away actual fucking money. And you're still hung up on that. Oh my god. Okay, let's see the evidence. I see it to be, well, rude for you to point out that who did not, for whatever reasons they had. No one really needs to explain why they did it or not. Is it good enough for you? I just asked, why is it such a big problem? I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to understand the situation better. No need to act like that towards me, geez. I wasn't attempting to be rude. I was just wondering because I found it so nice to just let the whole world know. Just some people are busy and some people are forgetful. You can't blame them for finishing or anything. What do I know? I'm just another opinion on the internet. Do what you want to do. Size. Maybe I should just make a list in a private stash for myself. I'm sorry. I just got worried about ones not being able to finish because the ones who had finished it are getting frustrated, which made me scared. So there's missing context. So Kiana is talking about this because the people who did finish their entries are getting frustrated and mad at her for it. So she felt the need that she had to make a mention of that because other contestants are getting upset that those people haven't finished their entries and they're putting that pressure on Kiana to say something. So that's not Kiana's fault. It's the fault of some of the other bitches in the contest doing that. Please don't act such a... I got worried for the people because I know some of them got the entry sketch on and gave them a second chance for a waste of them. I just worried to delete the list. I'm sorry. I appreciate it. Thank you for explaining to me. I'm not trying to be mean, honest. It just seems like it didn't... Emotions kind of... Tone, doubt. Sorry. Thank you for your time. So the situation you're getting mad at Kiana for, Kiana is literally explaining right here. It's the contestants that are putting that pressure on her to say something about it and make those people finish their entries so the contest can finish. And she's giving extensions to the people that made sketches because they want to be a part of it, but they haven't finished their stuff, so they still want to be a part of it. So she's giving them that second chance, which is creating a loop effect that those people are getting frustrated because she's giving them more time. And then those people don't finish, which forces Kiana into, like, they're asking for an extension, which frustrates them. She's in a fucking loop. I would have just said, fuck it. You didn't finish your entry. You're not getting a part of it. I'm just going to give it to the winners. That's what I would have done. I would have just said, listen, I made an extension twice. The other people who made it on time are getting fucking angry with me. We're done. Thank you for your time. Sorry you were too busy. I got to run the contest, which I'm about to do, like, very quickly here. Like, when I'm finished with this video, I'm going to judge some thumbnails to give a prize here in a minute. But, like, yeah. Like, they didn't make the deadline, and she gave an extension, and now it probably for those other artists, it feels unfair because it's like, well, hey, I had to rush my art when I could have made it better to make this deadline, but you're giving this guy extended time to make it look better than possibly mine, even though I did it within your time frame, and that's probably what's been happening. So you're getting mad at her when she's actually just kind of stuck in a loop. Like, I feel bad for her. Like, people are getting frustrated at her and scaring her, and she felt like she needed to apply that pressure because, like, those people are starting to get her affected by the situation. Oh my God. Why are you people getting angry at an autistic girl? She's making a contest giving you a Nintendo Switch. Calm your fucking tits. It's her contest. If she, like, let her do what she wants. If you didn't make the deadline, honestly, I would have told Kiana, fuck them. Fuck them. Just judge at this point. I know it sucks, but if they're not going to get their entries, like, either tell them to submit what they have, or they can, or just, like, cut the amount of people that need to enter in half and give out the prizes to the rest. That's what I would have done. Because I can tell Kiana's doing this because she's being a people pleaser. I can tell because when you're autistic, this tends to be a thing we do. We try to appease everybody, but this only ends up angering everybody because it's like when we try to appease one group, it's going to come at the expense of somebody else at some point. That's why I don't try to please anybody anymore. If you like me, you like me. You don't, fuck off. Oh my God. God, just leave the poor girl alone. You're still mad about a contest that happened 3 years ago. Girl, let it go.
Call out a journal on all the people who couldn't make it, trying to humiliate them because they broke their promises to her. Because clearly, they need to dedicate their lives to a contest, to your character showing off her thong.
Oh, yes. This is totally helpful criticism to showcase Kiana's art in such a manner, and describe her like that. Again, I'm going to ask you, what benefit is there to showcase a 16-year-old's art like this and describe it like that? I want to know. Why are you saving this child's images like this? And, like, a character in a thong. Why are you saving a picture of a 16-year-old girl's drawing of her in a thong? Why are you doing that? That's weird. Stop that. Immediately. Please and thank you. But, like, as I just explained, you guys basically showed evidence that she was put into that position not by her own accord, really, but by her other contestants who felt frustrated and scared her into making that journal because they felt frustrated. Which, in all honesty, I would have told them, well, fuck off then. I'm giving the prize of a Nintendo Switch and hundreds of dollars and drawing tablets and shit like that. If you got a problem, leave. Delete your entry, leave. That's what I would have fucking done. Delete your entry, get the fuck out. Because, like, this is the person you're doing the art for the contest. You have no rights to treat her like shit. It's her fucking contest. She's giving out the prizes. Give her fucking respect or you can fuck off. It's that simple.
Even when the winners were announced.
Okay, so she did judge and eventually give out the winners. What's the problem?
I have not seen one of those winners get their reward.
Did you ask? That's my question. Oh, did I lock the door? Oh, shit, I locked the door. What's the password? That is the password.
One in, kitty?
Gizmo, come inside. Please, you're a cute cat. Do not wait outside for coyotes.
She's just sitting there staring off of the forest.
Close the door, she'll learn. She's fine, she's safe. She has tons of places to hide right there.
Not to mention how I doubt Okai's are gonna go up staircases.
Yeah, coyotes ain't gonna come up here. If they do, you know damn well, I will kick those motherfuckers. If I am able to fuck up a croc. Because it was loud.
Can I put it back on?
Yeah, you can put it back over at your side too. Can I give you a hug?
Of course. Get over
I missed you. I love you.
Still streaming?
Yes, ma'am. I love you. Can I kiss? Or kiss? Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Thanks, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Now, I'm gonna sit back down. Do you want anything for dinner afterwards when I'm done?
Figure that out.
Okay. Love you. Mwah. I love you too. All right. So, did you ask these people? Oh, shit. Yo, honey, you okay?
Yes, it's tripping on shit.
And before she left DA.
Oh, God, the video played on its own. It's a ghost. You, mushy. Fuck you. I love the mush. Fuck you all. I love my wife. I will not hide or censor that. I am cringe and I am free because I am happy with the person that loves me. I gotta make dinner after this. She doesn't know what she wants, so that's gonna be a conversation for an hour of like, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Ah! And the screaming begins of us just cringing into oblivion. But yes, let's resume the cringe. The other type. I am cringe, I am free. But this is cringe and I want to die. Oh, Oh God, no, Ava, don't run! Don't run to hug! No, please, I'm trying to stream, please no! I love you too. Please be careful. You nearly tripped, I could tell.
I did trip.
You dummy! Stop trying to do... No. I don't want you hurting yourself. That's why I say no.
Too late.
You want... What do you mean too late?
Existence is pain. Because my knee hurts.
I'll get you an ice pack and I'll help.
I don't need that.
You don't need an ice pack?
I'll take the other thing you were about to say.
Massage?
I'll take the massage. I'll take cuddles.
Okay, love you.
Love you too.
You dork.
Do your thing.
I am trying.
You can do it.
I am. Why are you... I'm trying to be serious. I can't with your cute face. Stop it. God. She's amazing, but she's distracting. Oh, God, this is a mess. Let's go back.
Get their reward. And before she left DA.
So instead of just asking those people, because the usernames are quite clearly appearing, you could have just messaged them, hey, did truth-lely-gaia ever get back to you with your reward for your contest? You just assume she never did. Despite the fact I see... Hold on. Let me go back. faveme.d4k98xx. Let me type in that link. Let me type it in just to make sure none of those are actually completed artworks that she drew. So hold on. fave.me/d4k988x. Let's go. Come on, internet, now is not the time. Please. Please. Come on, load. Fuck. Come on, load. God, I hate my internet. It's not even 1/4. Fuck. It's good, mushy cringe, not this yucky cringe. Listen. God, it won't load. So I'm guessing that's the reference. I'm gonna assume, but I probably might just ask those artists, was it ever actually finished? Because I have a feeling, I know what Kiana does, which, if you don't know, when she does a commission, she'll give it to you in DeviantArt Stash, and she'll send it to you that way. So I have a feeling that's what happened.
Reward. And before she left DA, a whole year went by, and all she did was her own artwork and ignored the people she made promises to.
Secondly was how my life is well. I failed all my classes in my special effects study, and I knew it would happen. All of the personal problems and emotional breakdowns I went through, the teachers understood my problems and felt sorry for me. They saw talent in me, but it wasn't suited for my study. I only have art. I have school at Wednesday, but those lessons are apart from the special effects one. So before we address the fucking terrible mixing of the fucking text of Levi's additional commentary below, this is a legitimate reason to delay commissions, because she quite literally failed her classes, and she tried her best to fix that, but it just didn't work, even with the teachers trying to help her. That happens sometimes. I failed a class in college. No matter what I did, no matter how hard I focused, I still failed. Because physics is evil. I'm just kidding. But the class I took that I failed was physics, and I was in a class that literally my teacher said only 2 students in this entire class will pass. All of you will fail. Because that's why I'm here for, and I'm paying money for, to be in a class that tells me I'm gonna fail because my fucking teacher's got a fucking power trip instead of actually fucking teaching us how to do the goddamn material. And sure enough,